Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Garena Masters XI Legacy of Champions. Today is the final day of our round robin stage. I am the Mustachio AJ, and with me, my co-caster, the one and only Warden. We will be your casters for the day.
Dude, breath taken, heartbreaking, probably something is about to come here for today. I mean, it seems like the group stage or the teams on the playoffs is solidified, but I don't think so, man. I think there's still some nooks and crannies that we might have to unfold here for today's broadcast. Absolutely.
So there is one more chance. There's one more opportunity for a team to make their break into the playoffs. And obviously, you know, that's definitely the aim, right? When you're playing in the round robins. We're talking about DVK Oblivion. They're taking on Visual Scary. And if I'm not mistaken, that's going to be the first series of the day. Yesterday, we were talking about the possibility of Visual Scary making their way into the playoffs. They've already won their series. They've gotten their 1 foot in the door already. Now, to get that second foot through the door, they need to at least take away one map from DVK Oblivion. DVK Oblivion, on the other hand, in order to get into the playoffs, they need to beat down Visual Scary 2-0. If they give away a single map but still win the series, it will not count. They need to get a clean 2-0 victory in their series. Not as easy as it seems. Visual Scary, of course, yesterday looking really strong, really scary. And then, of course, we've got the series number 2. We've got ALUla taking on Rivals. And for the final one is going to be Elevate against the Legends. Warden, it's going to be a hot day today.
It's a definitive blockbuster match here for our second series for today, but eyes on the prize as well for the third run. I mean, aka Legends now, they basically eliminated the chance of them making it to the playoffs because they lost the matchup against Visual Scary on yesterday's run. But
yeah,
I don't know if I want to open this topic here, but if they do actually beat down Elevate in a clean slate for today, we can still have the conversation for them fighting for that fourth spot.
Yeah, that's very much possible. I did not mention that because, you know, it's highly unlikely, but you never know. On a really good day for Legends, on a really bad day for Elevate, that 2-0 could just come through. Tournament schedule, we started things off on the 4th of July down to the 8th. That was our qualifier stage. We had tons of teams going in there vying for the spot here at the round robin stage, but only 7 teams made it through. And of course, through 7 days of play, we have seen all of the teams take on each other at least one time. Today is going to be the final day where that completes. And of course, after today, we can look forward to the playoffs on the 1st and the 2nd of August.
Yeah, I mean, this is not just your ordinary Garena Masters, by the way. I mean, this is basically stage 3 of our region here. And right after this tournament is going to be the regional championship. And so, again, you did say it, 130 teams coming from the qualifier stage, 7 teams on the round robin stage. And, well, today's the final day for us to find out who will be the 4 teams that will be making it to the playoffs.
Absolutely, man. And only 4 teams, like you said, will be able to take a step into the playoffs, and it's not going to be a easy run. We have got a hell lot of money on the table. I mean, season after season, we've seen ourselves stuck on a little bit of a cash prize, which the players wanted more of. And Garena said, hey, you know what? This time around, $40,000 US. You take it. The grand champions get to walk away with 20K USD. Now, for the teams that do not make it into the playoffs, every single squad will at least get 1,500 USD.
Hey, make it to the tournament out of away from the qualifiers, you got a guaranteed $1,500 to your name. But now we take a look at these standings for our round robin stage standings. It's going to be Elevate on the top side, Rival Esports and ALUla Club. I mean, hey, Rival Esports, they can retain that second seed here if ever they do put up a scratch up against the squad of ALUla Club on our second series for today. Eyes on the prize here for Visual Scary and DVK Oblivion. This will be our most important matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, like you pointed out, if Legends gets a 2-0 victory over Elevate, then perhaps they make that break into the playoffs as well, ousting both DVK as well as Visual Scary once and for all, and they'll have to try again in the next season. How possible is that gonna be? Man, I don't know. Elevate looking super strong up there with just a single match loss so far, and I don't think it's gonna be an easy run for Legends at all. But as we take a look at the map bans and picks, walk us through, Warden, what do we have?
I mean, for a Shen map, Shen is going to be banned away from the competition here alongside Combine, seems to be. So we're going to be heading straight towards our map of takeoff, which, shockingly for me, has been probably the most repped maps that we have for our region so far in this year's run for the competition here, AJ.
Absolutely. And of course, Takeoff, classic hardpoint map. We have seen this battle, or we've seen many battles on this map so far. One of the most loved one for me personally in terms of calls. It is going to be very exciting. You know, money hills all aside, today it's just do or die for the teams here in the first series. A little bit easier for Visual Scary because all they need to do is they don't even need to win the series. They just need to make sure they get one game victory and they can throw the series for all they care. It's not going to matter a lot to them. But they also have to be very careful because they are being chased by legends, like you pointed out earlier. And if by some off chance we get Legends getting the 2-0 victory over Elevate, then I think we'll get thrown into a tiebreaker situation, which will then need to break down a little bit later on. So Visual Scary, if they think that there is a possibility that Legends might try to make a run for this, they will have to take a 2-0 victory here. But if they just want to tease DBK Oblivion, they can give them one game and then just take one match, push them into a game number 3 just to torture them a tad bit more. DBK Oblivion, on the other hand, we've seen what Dovahkiin is capable of. I'm hoping to see the best from them, and may the best one win by the end of this war. And all I'm looking forward to is some fun games.
Oh yeah, truly, man. I mean, drawing back to the complexity that you did mention as well, if ever Visual Scary do lose this matchup, 1 for 2, still pretty safe for them. But if it's ever a 2-0 win up against for the side of Dovahkiin Oblivion, and then the Legends, let's say, put up a scratch up against Elevate. Neither of these two teams are going to make it. It's going to be that's kind of Legends that might be able to steal away that fourth spot. But hey, we'll find out though. Legends, Elevate later on. It's now going to be the matchup between Dovahkiin Oblivion and Visual Scary. Start things off here off the break off. It's going to be Scary on the left side of the hand side of the map. Dovahkiin on the right side.
Yeah, let's see exactly what they bring us in this first map in itself. It's Dovahkiin opening up the first hard point here, fairly strong. And obviously, it's not going to be an easy one to hold on to, mainly because Fountains is just so open. They'll have to use a ton of those smokes as well to keep Visual Scary far away. And as I say that, Visuals manages to find that break.
Yeah, nicely done here so far from both of these teams. I mean, it's just all going to come down to, hey, playing for your life alongside putting some smokes all around you, get some probably open seaside control and scaffolds. Maybe until then you can rack up the points.
Let's see if or not they can overtake. They do that perfectly with 23 more seconds to go. Visual Scary, they hold the spot and they are the ones who pop the smoke, unlike what DBK failed to do earlier on. But DBK threw those smokes looking for some aggressive fight, but they're trickling in one after the other. If you look at play number 4, I want to talk about Rex, but he just got snuffed there as he sat inside the control room trying to cut off the rotations from all of the players on the side of DBK who are spawning out of the Special Forces base.
Oh, if you want to rely on a person that can just create space for you, that is your man Mamra right there for the set of Visual Scary. I mean, 6 free already, transitioning towards number 2 as well. Eliminations looking quite bright here for the set of Visual Scary.
Absolutely. Chroma as well, let's not forget him. Average 44 eliminations per hardpoint matchup. He's definitely a monster on the side of Visual Scary. Scary player to deal with, but up on top, it's gonna be Reed that dominates this P2 and held onto as well by the rest of his team members. The bleeding will be stopped here as Visual Scary is removed from this P2 as DBK tries to run away with this.
Yeah, not gonna be a bright look here for the set of Visual Scary. They send down Narnia. 4-man push here from the back. That is going to be Dovahkiin Oblivion here leading the charge once again. They stack up the hill. Reed's looking for an opportunity, but that machine and the operators comes out huge from the side of Visual Scary. But no, they drop it. And now it's going to be sub 15 seconds remaining. As we go, Visual Scary, Dovahkiin Oblivion showing a lot of passion out of this P2.
Oh, brilliant stuff coming through from Visual Scary, not giving up just yet. They know they don't want to allow DBK to run away with the points. They absorb whatever scraps that are available here off of 3-2, allowing DBK a very early rotation round. But they do secure the spawns at generators, giving them a tad bit of an advantage. But if they get taken down with the Tempest, all that too easy, it's going to be pretty rough for them to step on into this hill. And DBK is rocking it right now. They drop the smoke as well, and it is Reed with the equalizer. It's just operators galore, one after the other, time perfectly for Dovahkiin.
Yeah, rightfully owned. Dovahkiin Oblivion, they go. A one-man push here from the wrap gets denied. So far, a lot of efforts will be shown by the side of Visual Scary. They don't want to play this hill from the front. Showed a lot of efforts here from the back, and they do flip the spawns now. Finds Dovahkiin Oblivion in no man's land. Can they hold their grounds? Epox needs to fight a valley out of the war machine, but he gets denied. And so far, Visual Scary, they lose traction inside of the hill even more.
And that is a free operator investment coming through from DBK. And I think this is going to be their money hill. They've absorbed almost every single point, and Visual Scary have not been able to do much here at all. So great investments. It all paid off to the end. Do you get scraps though? Answer is no. Visual Scary is going to drop back to P4 for an early rotation, but they've got a little bit of company here. Down to that lower floor. Pickles looking to see if he can punish, and the players jump right back in. Pickles taken out of the equation. That's how you got to play this if you are Scope. Gerg dropping by as well to check out the situation. He whips out the claw, dropping those players one after the other. Visual Scary looking to make their way back into the match.
Now Sebio here on the prowl, off winning that machine. Tempest as well. Same goes for the Claw. It's going to be a costly hill here for the set of Visual Scary, and they look to find a means to get the definition as they send back the players. Although we could Oblivion on the Queen side.
Better, much better now. Chroma with a double. Pickles finding one as well. And this time, DVK sees a little bit of payback there with the timely investments of the operators by DVK on that P3. Visual Scary does the exact same on P4. And just like how DVK absorbed every single point, it's Visual Scary this time round. The only difference, DVK is actually stopping the bleeding sometimes by just hopping onto the hill, making sure if they don't get the points, at least Visual Scary does not run away from them. And with that, DVK maintains the advantage, maintains the lead in this match as well. Brilliant play from the team in blue.
No, nicely done as well. I mean, you got to talk about Reed, man. 20 kills already, by the way. Nearly tied up with Momra, Lancer, Chroma here for the set of Visual Scary. All due to Reed slaying prowess. That's been enough for them to be able to find themselves inside of the hard point. Go back to reset now here. It's just right around a 10-point lead for the side of Dovik and Oblivion. Visual Scary, they're not looking to give it up too easily as they wrap around, ring around a Rosie inside of the hill. Until then, the traction remains upon the players of Dovik and Oblivion.
Visual Scary, this is going to be an important hill here for them, but it's just way too open, so they got to be ready to sacrifice a couple of players down in the middle. Mids dropping by with the Tempest, manages to get that double for himself, looking for the third one. Will not find that, but it's okay. Enough time absorbed here on the hill. He takes away a few points, keeping DVK in front. Visual Scary, on the other hand, bleeding stopped once again, and DVK just continuously winning out these numbers, these engagements, and that's not going to be good for Visual Scary by the end of this.
They know the pressure. They know the stakes of this game. They can't afford to drop a map or two up against the players of Visual Scary. They're going to play their hearts out here as now we approach P number 2. There's going to be 4 operators available for the set of Dovik and Oblivion. Only 2 for the set of Visual Scary.
Man, I did not expect it to be this close, but Dovahkiin definitely fighting for their lives, fighting for a spot in the playoffs. Yesterday, Visual Scary took one foot, put it into the playoffs, but it looks like they're not going to get the other foot through the door if Dovahkiin keeps this up. Once again, it's going to be those operators that makes the play. War Machine making sure it gets a couple of tags. Visual Scary picking up these crucial points on P2 this time. They've got the spawns, they've got the players, and they are extending themselves outside of the point to get these eliminations. That might not be the best of ideas, as now DBK hops on in one after the other, but Sebio has got the death machine to get the damage in.
Oh, it's just so unfortunate for the set of Dovahkiin and Oblivion. They can never find themselves in position to put themselves to good use when it regards to their operator skills. They try to wrap around with the gunfights, just way superior for the players of Visual Scary in this very moment. Last 8 seconds for this P2. Visual Scary good for the entirety of the hard point.
Oh, you got that absolutely right. Visual Scary, though, has managed to overtake with that P2 play. Early rotation for Dovahkiin into P3. This was their money hill earlier on, and they're looking to get that done once again. So yeah, holding on to the important spawns off of the generators with the death machine. Does not get taken down. Instead, takes out 2 players, but out of nowhere, Sebio with the Hunter Killer Drone sorts him out instantly. So one operator used well, but taken out. Visual Scary on the hill. No money hill this time for you, DVK. They say they're right back in it. In fact, they are here with the lead. Visual Scary might be able to get this done.
Oh, rightfully, Visual Scary has been losing. A lot of these hard points coming from the first rotation, but they have been able to patch it up. But no, Mids looking to make a play, charges it up now with the Tempest in his hand. And so far, man, the Claw's going to be out as well. 2 operators out here for the set of DVK. They want to take this game right back, rightfully for their side. But the question is, though, will Visual Scary find a means to get themselves inside of the hard point? The answer is no. DVK in control once again.
I'm sure the comps are on fire at this point in time. We got to definitely listen to exactly what those players are saying to each other. Are they panicking, or are they cool, calm, collected by the looks of things, Warden?
Predator missile inbound. Hello ah. Hotdog yan, hotdog.
Dalawa.
Hotdog naman.
Likod nga, pre, likod.
Sige, sa agad niya.
Patay ako naka-warma. Warma yun, harap pa.
Patropi.
Likod niya. MS low.
-3 ah. Pasok lang, pre.
Main. Warma main.
Sparrow main.
Red Sparrow, patay Sparrow.
Nasaan to, Arma?
Warma na lang.
Pwede ka kap.
Pare, warma pre, main pa.
Dead main.
Isang boy.
Main ulit,
Siya pa main. Dalawa.
Low P1. Nag-seaside main.
Patablo, pare.
May P2. Bumaba item.
Patay, main pre.
Mamra and Seb, you're locked in. Visuals carry 183 to DBK 163. They're trying to play catch up and they might just be able to do it, but they need to find a clean break on this hill on the reset of the hard point now. Back into messy territory for P1.
Oh, it's devastating for the side of the Oblivion, but never over, not until it's done. As we go, reset to P1. Visual Scary. They extend themselves out here for map control to get the traction inside of the hard point. But the Oblivion, they wrap around as well to try to get the flanks down, to get the hill right back. But Visual Scary is not backing down.
No, Visual Scary, all they're doing is just stopping the bleeding, but Dovikin trying to run away, and this is a great hill number 1 for them on this third reset. Here comes the grenades out of Visual Scary, but they're not tagging up anyone. They have to go in with those gunfights. Visual Scary responds with those frags as well, not allowing the players on the side of Dovikin to run away too far, but it doesn't matter. They still have got that one objective player, making sure all of those points are absorbed. When they do jump onto the hill, you can see the bleeding. All it does is stop, but they're not picking up any points whatsoever through those smokes. DBK holding on to that hard point and putting the pressure on Visual Scary.
Game hot as ever. Saga needs to make a play. Same goes for Semis here for the set of DVK. They got no offers to work with, but he gets denied. Big plays. Visual Scary looking to find himself in the front foot of the hard point, but the squad still favors them at most. 7 points for the set of Visual Scary, and that will be the 20-point mark welcoming them.
Neck and neck here. Back into P2 we go. Visual Scary holding on to the point. Mamra with the Tempest has got one more shot left in it, but nobody on the side of DBK showing up in front, but instead it's that backstab scope here. War Machine pulled that off, but it's wasted. Unfortunate. The operator just could not give DBK the kill, could not give them the eliminations, and Mids now prevented from stepping on as well. Visual Scary might be able to get this done.
Oh, absolutely. That machine out for the side of Savio. Rex as well with a War Machine from the backside. And now Dovikin Oblivion to spawn in the favorable side. But the question is, though, can they find themselves involved? And the answer is no. Rex on the prowl, on the hot, and he's on fire.
Double on the operators, and this is the moment Visual Scary will be able to get a massive lead in the game, but it's not over till it's over, and it cannot end on this hill. It has to go to the P3. Remember Dovikin, that was their money hill, but the early rotations might be stopped here by Mamra. 52 eliminations in hand already, waiting with the switchblade, calls for a little bit of backup as well. They win out the initial gunfight, but it's DBK that opens up the hill. They still can make their way back in here. They've got the operators on their side.
Rogue, back, play, Gert, flops out, good for 1, good for a double. Can he find a triple? 1 player from the back, this player 5, Chromo will get taken down, and DBK, they find themselves inside of the hard point. The spawns are favored for them.
Oh, but Reed to save the day, almost gave the hill away, but he's got the equalizer, and he is the equalizer. Gets the 4 slays back to back, but Visual Scary only need 9 more points. Mids dropping back in here on the prone with the switchblade, gets the elimination. The bleeding stops. Visual Scary steals the hill away, but Soya's back in here for the save. DBK does not want to give up just yet, but Visual Scary so close to the end.
Last 7 points remaining. Last 33 for the side of DVK. They're not stopping at all. Visual Scary, they get the break. Spawn still favored for the DVK. Last 6 points. It's not going to end here, AJ.
No, it will not. DBK now needs to do the exact same thing on P4. Into control room they go. At the generators they stand. They want to make sure they dominate those spawns. And here comes one super grenade, and it finds its opponent. Reed taken out with the Pretty. And it's Girk now on the hill. Visual Scary finding the break, though. This could be the end. 1 more second, and Visual Scary gets it done. Dovikin Oblivion, valiant effort. What a game this was, Warden, to open up the day.
What a match. What a freaking match. As you thought that it would come to an end, DVK Oblivion, Dovahkiin Oblivion, they had something more to show, but unfortunately enough, Visual Scary, it wasn't because of the fact that DVK played someone off just better plays at the end for the side of Visual Scary.
I am in disbelief. This was one hell of a good game. I mean, valiant effort from both squads. DVK as well as Visual Scary. And you can see, man, Mamra was hot this time round. Sebio 57 eliminations, Chroma with 59, Pickles with 50, and Mamra with the 60 bomb, as well as a minute 25 on the hill. What in the world? But of course, he fell quite a number of times. It was Sebio, the undying player from the side of Visual Scary, that was just so annoying with his presence in every single hill that he jumped into.
You know what I'm so happy about is in this game here, AJ, is that this wouldn't be this close if it wasn't for everyone involved inside of this game. Hands down, for the side of Dovahkiin Oblivion, I mean, the odds of them making the playoffs has now been scratched off just a little bit, but you gotta end things with a banger here for this one. But before anything else, though, spotlight for your undying man, AJ. That is your boy Sebio. That will be the MVP of this map of Takeoff Hardpoint.
57 eliminations and a 1.54 KD average. Sebio definitely was very annoying to deal with in every single hill that he dropped by to visit, and very tactical plays from him as well, right? He just made sure he always had cover, made sure he was playing those angles perfectly, always catching of his opponents a little unnoticed, and he snuck away every time they tried to get the eliminations at reverse. But it was a great start for Dovahkiin, though. I mean, they just kept up the pace. They managed to pull ahead initially, and Visual Scary just understanding exactly what they needed to do, which was make sure that P3 never becomes the money hill for Dovahkiin again, and the prevention was good. But of course, I have to say, on that second rotation round, they did manage to pull that off perfectly. On the third rotation, I feel like Dovahkiin stepped it up once again, but it was just a tad bit too late.
You're definitely in it for a treat from a spectator's point of view when you see both of these teams tussling it out in a map, responding back with their own money hills. That's when you know that you're in it for a fight for both of these teams as well. And as to go, I mean, there was never really like that convincing of a lead at all. We saw so much lead changes inside of this game here, AJ.
Absolutely. I mean, back and forth, we went hill after hill. Every single play I feel like was executed perfectly. Every single time we saw those operators come out, except for that one time, that War Machine, if I'm not mistaken, it was on the side of Visual Scary. But it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, they still managed to pull off the victory for themselves. But apart from that, every single operator investment that we saw on either side got a lot of advantage for each of their teams. But of course, at the end of the day, regardless of how good both sides are, we need to have a winner and a loser by the end of the game. And Visual Scary just happened to be that winner. Quite painful of a loss here for Dovahkiin Oblivion, because they were playing it very well from start to end.
Oh, everyone involved. A lot of heroic plays from inside of mids as well. The captain, I mean, notorious for being one of the worst hardpoint players there is, but hey, he was able to carry the weight for quite some time as well. I mean, take a look at the statement of this game here on a replay. Had 43 kills out for Reed, which for you to be able to put yourself in the same elimination range as Reed is a very impressive statement as well from the set of mids. Nice bounce back for him, and hands down Girk. Yeah. I mean, I'm not too certain how many times we've seen Girk on the group stage, but typically he is in the spot where Wadu is at. But the fact that he came off late into this tournament and then, well, racking up as much elimination as he was on that map itself, madly impressive for the set of Girk as well.
Absolutely. I feel like, you know, both teams played it really well. Girk was in the right place, right time, most of the times to get the advantage for his squad. But 250 to 225, how close was that? I mean, obviously, we've seen closer games, but for Dovahkiin, they just needed a few extra seconds on each of those hills to make that world of difference for them. I feel like they over-invested inside of P3. They were constantly trying to just look for those spawns, but P4 was exactly where they could not stop Visual Scary, because Visual Scary just had a very smart strategy, especially in that first rotation round on P4. They were not looking for the points. They were just looking to stop the bleeding as much as possible so that they can find dominance in the rest of the place. And they made P1 surprisingly their money hill.
Yeah, I mean, it takes a lot to do so, by the way. You need to have a lot of map control, players extending out with their SMGs. And, you know, when it comes down to raw mechanical gunfights, I mean, both of these teams were pretty much all equal. But where they got separated was truly the operator skills. You know, the space that Visual Scare was able to create with their operator skills was just so remarkable. I mean, if those out there watching this, you guys want to learn how to use your operators, you better look at a squad like SKAERI.
Yeah, I agree with you as well, right? The overextension with those operators, just giving them a tad bit of extra confidence out there, Warden. And, you know, you can't do that without confidence in yourself and the rest of your team members, because you are overextending outside of that hill. You are probably going to lose your life and lose their chances of absorbing points on the hill. But you need to have trust on your main man, on your objective player. And I think Visual Scary did exactly that. They had confidence in each other. They stepped out, they overextended, but not callously. Only when those operators came into play, just to get a little bit of zone control around the hard point. And I agree with you, that was definitely one of their biggest winning factors in this game.
Well, strongest suit for sure. But now we drop those operators. AJ, we're heading straight to our favorite game mode here. It's going to be Search and Destroy as we head straight towards our map vetoes here. On S&D, we do have a ban of Slums alongside Tunisia. So we're going to be open for another meltdown, probably a firing range. Or could it be the other way around of Coastal? Let's see about it.
I wouldn't mind a firing range. Oh, man.
Damn.
But we head back into Meltdown. I mean, I think it's a really good pick, right? Because at least your snipers are not going to be very comfortable on this map. Doesn't mean that the snipers are going to be absolutely useless. Down in mid, I think there's still some viability of the snipers, but it's only if your opponents just make those callous rotations down mid. If they're playing their smokes well, if they keep themselves hidden, just sticking to the very edges of the map, I feel like they still will be able to outplay the snipers. Yesterday, we saw a fantastic duel down at Meltdown, and I'm expecting the exact same on this map here today.
We've had so much Meltdowns. Come again. It is a map that you kind of reserve for like the biggest matches there is, and it's a pretty big match. So hey, Visual Scary, Dovahkiin Oblivion, all trust into you all. For said Dovahkiin Oblivion, I mean, gotta make the most out of it. I mean, hey, get the next two maps. I mean, as much as we maybe project AJ that hey, their odds to the playoffs maybe might be chalked out, but
yeah.
Dovahkiin Oblivion, I mean, maybe if you win the next two maps, maybe some miracles could happen. We don't know. I mean, don't quote me on that, but it's just a matter of making the most of what you have right now. But for said Visual Scary, I mean, they don't got to do too much now. All they got to do is just another day in the office. I mean, they're pretty notorious for their S&Ds. We saw them beat down Legends yesterday. So there's nothing going to be out of the extraordinary here for said Visual Scary. So we'll see about it.
Dovahkiin needed a 2-0. They could not afford a 2-1 victory. So now, even if they do walk away with a victory on the series, it is just a little bit of you know, unfortunate win for them, right? They get to smile a little bit, but they will be sad at the end of the day. They don't get to play in our playoffs. But as far as Visual Scary is concerned, I mean, great play jumping into the playoffs on that, you know, yesterday, keeping this spot in here. I mean, we were saying they had 1 foot through the door. Now they've got both in already, and they will look to step up against the monsters in the playoffs that we have got stacked against them. I wonder how far they're going to get through in the playoffs, but as far as this round robin stage has gone for them, I feel like they have done absolutely beautiful start to end. But of course, one more opportunity for Dovahkiin Oblivion to find a consolation prize for themselves of this Meltdown and perhaps overall series.
Let's see about it. A quick widespread here for both of these teams. A lot of individual gunfights. It might just happen here. Pickle already extended out there already. Might be able to find a pickoff or two, but not able to find an angle. He backs away. Still going to be a stalemate here for the first 30 seconds.
Can they pull away from this grenade? Oh, Mamra with the songstress looking really dangerous. Needs to make one final push in here. Spots Soya. Really slow on the reaction. But Mamra, just some panic plays there. Not so sure exactly what he was looking for through those shots. The Yes will find nothing. Reed, on the other hand, will not fail. Pickle taken out of the equation. Soya, oh my lord! How do you fail that? Stuns the guy straight in his face. Still gets shut down.
a CBR4 from mids, but hey, Sebio finds another as well. Checks up, CBR4 Latisse. Where are we at? What era are we in? 2022? Mom right now all alone. 1v2 situation. Spots one player there right across. DVK, they're going to head straight towards the A side to go for the bomb plant, but I think Mamra might be able to slip by and get this bomb planted. That's going to be Epoch's.
The bomb has been planted.
Let's see 2v1 Mamra. Spotted out already. It's going to go in there for the sneaky defusal, but
Not over yet.
scope, Epoch's on the scope, will say, no, not today, not now. Takes him out of the equation. Great play. Great round coming through from the squad.
Destroy the objective.
That's, of course, just the start.
Yeah, pretty slow one for sure. But hey, that is typical on the first round. You want to just check information as much as you can before you actually head straight towards a big commitment. And now they go for the strike on the A side. Dovik Oblivion has the free one here. They find Chroma in the process.
Reed with a fantastic opener here. Instant plant coming through from the side of Dovahkiin. He already won out that first round, all thanks to scope. Let's see if they can pull that off once again. Oh, beautiful stun. Gert just sidestepping it, but Mamra will not allow him to get away that easy, using the pillars as perfect defense. Reed, back it away. I don't think he's got a choice here. Scope, though, will stand and fight, but Mamra so dangerous with the songstress. Reed spotted out, clips his leg, goes in for the finisher with the 50 Gs. Will get the job done.
Oh.
And the defusal has a ton of time on it.
Yeah, such a clean retake there from side of Jerry. All that about inside of Mamra, by the way. I mean, hey, shotgun is definitely the key factor here, especially if you don't get the retakes down here in this map of Meltdown. And Mamra was able to serve that pretty nice, pretty clean, pretty well. Now it's going to be pretty much the game here tied up 1 apiece.
Yeah, you can definitely depend on Mamra. Doesn't have the best average kills on his squad. Lags behind the whole team, as a matter of fact, but the value of those kills are just absolutely priceless. That said, though, in this game, he's doing fairly well with the songstress, the HS-0405, just popping off in his hands, the shotgun, giving him a lot of value. So yeah, managing to take the approach. Mamra, where's that nade gonna go? Ooh, too close. Almost got the bomber out of the equation. But Reed now with the shotgun, just lying in wait. Eric spotted Sebio. Easy shot for him.
Now retake comes through here once again. Now going to the mids here with PDW finds the first as well off the retake. Now 2v2 situation, 20 seconds on the clock. Big 1v1 fights here for each end. DSKS will be finding himself inside of the side. Big shotgun battle here between Reed and Mamra, and he's now going to be all alone. He gets taken down. Dovahkiin Oblivion on the lead once again.
I like the fight. I love the fact that Dovahkiin, regardless of that loss earlier, choosing not to give up, but to show up and to show up strong. Again, this is going to be their consolation win, but it's going to be a win at the end. They don't care what they get out of it. They just want to take the dub away from SKAERI, who beat them down in hardpoint after a close matchup.
Yeah, we love a team that really plays it until the end, you know.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to do so, by the way, but hey, Dovahkiin Oblivion, all hearts to them. I mean, dominantly has been around the Garena Masters scene for a longest time, and so we take a look at this round number 4 here. It's going to be a B-side push now. 4v4's one player from each end has been killed out here from this round.
Oh, SKAERI looking for the shutdown. Sebio finds Soya. Mid's going to be in trouble now, but before Sebio could get there, Pickle sorts him out with the switchblade. And it's SKAERI with their second round win here, finding the equalizer.
Yeah, we love ourselves a back and forth game in this run here for this map Meltdown. Notorious for that type of nature of this game. But hey, hands down, Sebio, Mamra off the shotgun and the scopes has been going quite wild here for the set of SKAERI. Dovahkiin Oblivion on the contrary, I mean, Reed has been playing it off, but now bombs are hot and ready. Let's dial into the communications.
Ako ka nila isa. Topic na ako dyan, bro. Uy, boilers na lang.
SR yun?
Hindi. SMG.
Ay, ano, mid-sub.
Kaya, punta ako.
Ay, gago, nag-push. Isa lang.
Saan pumunta, pre?
Okay, okay. Mid pa rin.
Sa pre, I mean.
Sa pa dyan, Kirk. Left side.
Tayo mid pa rin.
SR sila. SR sana sila.
Yan na pala yun sa doon.
Yes, pop.
Bomb drop ba yun?
Kaya tingin ako eh.
Obvious sila
Wait,
rin.
mark na yata nila.
Bawas ka boiler.
Agad nilang test niya, hindi makapasok.
Mid na, mids.
Hindi, pre.
Ano ba tayo?
Boilers ata.
Wala, pre.
Nag-boilers din sila. Bomb drop dun. Buhay pa si, ano,
Yung flash ako pa.
SGSR.
Tingnan,
SGSR.
ikot ako dito sa A. Meron sa
Ay.
isa, pre. Isa A.
SGSR top
Ay,
top.
shotgun.
Inabal ko. Side nila mid.
Okay.
Ikot ko.
Nakawaras siya, ah. Sa totoo lang.
Sabi ko.
Yun na. Dalawa.
SR last.
Wait. Boilers.
They have the bomb. Enemy has dropped.
Nice one.
Nice work. Get ready for the next round.
Tutuwan tayo ngayon, pre. Solo ka APL. Tutuwan tayo.
Hindi nga ako papakita sa taas.
Defend the objectives.
Nah, man, I don't understand Tagalog all that too much. You gotta give me a breakdown of what just happened, Water.
Basic communications, man. That was pretty much it. Nothing much. I mean, they're all composed. No one's really going erratic. But hey, round number 6 gonna be opening up here, and this time is gonna be DVK heading free towards the A side.
Scope, oi, too slow. The focus is fast, but the reaction time off of Scope slow, and Rex punishes from the opposite end. Not a good start at all for the squad. Gerk left all alone and a sliver of health. Pickles.
Get ready for the next round.
Wild sprays with the switchblade. Gets him a double. And Dovahkiin, Oblivion, managing to find a little bit of strength in this game here for sure. But VİZUALZ slowly running away from them.
Yeah, it was nicely done here for the side of Dovahkiin Oblivion. I mean, they were able to put themselves inside of the bomb side, but the retake, which is so much better difference out of VİZUALZ. Same approach, I mean, same set, but a different approach here to send themselves out here on a mid-map. They have a big 1v1 fight here, but Pickle cuts one down. They find themselves in the rut here. Can they find the breather is the question, but the answer is no. Pickle gets a double, and it's going to be Dovahkiin Oblivion once again here with the back against the wall.
Oh, man, Pickle's just on a roll at this point of time. The switchblade just hitting really hard. VİZUALZ about to make this a 2-0 if Dovahkiin does not wake up. Scope, a tad bit too slow, misses the second chance, and Rex, 2 rounds in a row, has punished him. Dovahkiin does not understand what they need to do to overwhelm VİZUALZ, who are looking absolutely scary once again.
Just Pickle, man. Just Pickle on a monumental run overall. 10 kills already. His choice of engagements and gunfights is just so nice. He knows when to back away just like that. He's the solo player on towards the A side. But once you see the 4 players marching in for the side of Dovahkiin Oblivion, he backs away. He doesn't want to take that. He want to play around his team instead.
What can they do in this situation, mids? Manages to get one for the squad by taking out Mamra. Looking for Chroma, but Chroma is hungry for revenge. Rex, man, beautiful hop up off of that barricade. But Scope with the Punisher this time. And that's payback if I ever saw one. Gerk finds Pickle. So no more wild sprays off of that switchblade. It's a 3v2. Dovahkiin on their final attacking round should make this one a big one for themselves. But with Gerk fighting Chroma, Sebio running out of time. Less than 5 seconds. That's a done deal. Dovahkiin will get this round.
Yeah, you like to end it on a high note here for the first half. You got the lead by 2. That's what you like if you're on the side of Dovahkiin Oblivion. Now comes next to your defense here. And we find the means. Can they find the means to hold their grounds up against the Blitzy team of VİZUALZ here on the offense as they go second half now here, and it seems to be a bombardment towards the B side here for the set of VİZUALZ.
Absolutely. So yeah, what can he do this time round? Tagged up. Pickle almost taken out of the equation. Gerk punished. And Mamra on fire from the get-go. Looking for more. With Soya and Gerk out of the way. Numbers-wise, this does not look good. Sebio and Mamra once again hitting hard. Scope, the only player left. He gets stacked up, but they all know where he is. They got to double stack him. Pickle's taken out of the equation. Grenade tossed his way as well. Beautiful bait as Rex punishes him once again.
I gotta call it out, man. I mean, the intention is really bright there for the set of Dovahkiin Oblivion. It's just that For some odd reason, Visual Scary, they always find themselves at the rightest time, in the rightest place, be able to just outplay the players of Dovik and Oblivion. Now we go, they change up the pace, they put themselves on towards the A side. Gurk has to hold his ground here if they want to stop the bleeding.
Absolutely. And Gurk once again is not finding a great start for himself. Visual Scary looking to overrun them, but I guess maybe the confidence grew a tad bit too much. Reed punishes. Sebio left all alone in a 1v2. Nothing he can't make a comeback from, but Soya just makes that denial instantly. DVK says it is not over till it's absolutely over. And by the time it's over, we want to take the dub.
Defend the objective.
I just gotta say, Mids has switched to a CBR4, to a PDW, to a Fennec inside of this game. I don't know what Mid is on, but hey, seems to be working for him, has 6 kills to himself, but looking like the Fennec is his gun of choice here for this round as well. Gurk finds the first frag. There's going to be a lot of individual gunfights once again here off the mid map. Mamra finds Mids down, and now it's going to be a 4v4.
Man, the shotgun is just popping at this point. Gurk. Oh, too close, Mamra, but Scope was there for the save. Beautiful teamwork, DVK. The double stack down mid, just saving Gurk from the annihilation, and Reed finds Rex as well. Sebio all alone, surviving, but in a 1v3, he will do nothing. DVK gets the defusal, and one more round to tie things up.
Oh, you like to see it now here if you're on the side of Oblivion. Odovikin. And the retake was quick. That's how you like to play it. Here in this map of Meltdown, no hesitation, just play your numbers right, get the trades, and get the site for yourself, get the defusal. As they go, not going to be a change of pace at all here for the side of Visual Scary as they go for approach once again towards the B side, but they're going to worry about 3 players this time around here, AJ.
Visual Scary, definitely not the best S&D squad, but DBK Oblivion has definitely taken more L's in S&D compared to them, so this is just something that they need to dig deep and find within themselves. Unfortunately, it is not an easy journey to the end.
Defend the objective.
Visual Scary, 2 more rounds from closing things off unless DBK finds the equalizer and overtakes them.
Just a matter of containing the pacing of Visual Scary. They like to play it fast. Once again, for time here, they just run out from the spawn side towards the site off the get-go, and they find themselves a clean one once again to get this bomb planted.
What are they going to do here this time around? Rex with a quick plant. Baiting out the players on the side of DBK. Gurk jumps, but does not get punished. Chroma did spot his head. It's fine, Sebio. Visual Scary losing 2 players right after Pickles got taken down. It's a 4v2. Mamra tagged and punished by Reed. It is now all up to Rex. He gets 1, but will not find 2. And DVK, 1 more round for the equalizer. I said that earlier on as well. But we saw Visual Scary take 1 more step ahead of them in that round win. Can they do it once more for the match point?
They always seem to one-up the players of Dovik and Oblivion. You see the efforts. If you cannot contain the pacing of Visual Scary, you just gotta slow it down now and play off the retakes. Don't drop your numbers as early as this is 7 finds a double already. And Visual Scary, they find themselves the B side. Bomb planted, numbers advantage. It all might just be over here for set of DVK.
Absolutely. DVK, it's all up to Reed now in a 1v3. Bombs planted as well. Reed panicking, and Mamra will punish him for not making a decision as to where to go. He wasn't ready for that shot. Match point now. Visual Scary, 1 more round win away from closing the series 2-0.
It's just a matter of DVK, man. I mean, just gotta slow down the pace. You don't want to go head to head against them, but nope. Epoch says hello and goodbye up against Sebio. They find the first blood here. Can you find the most value out of it is the question.
It's a slow pace here. Mamra on the push. Visual Scary without Sebio in a 4v5. Mamra spots 1. It will equalize the numbers. Soya spotted out, and the 50 Gs gets a double. Chroma tagged up. Kirk will be punished. My goodness me, that turned around too quick.
So, silver lining here for the set of Visual Scary to close out the deal in this map of Meltdown. Dovahkiin and Oblivion had shown so much effort, but the players of Visual Scary, they wanted more, and they want to close it out right here, right now.
Mitz will find Mumra. It's not over just yet. 30 seconds to go, and Reed stepping up when it's definitely needed, and Pickle punishes. Gets that instant revenge. 1v2 now for Mitz. He's already taken the shot. Gets stunned halfway. They know exactly where to find the guy. And instead of taking the fight to him, they allow him to step up. Mitz, beautiful slide, but Pickle off of the Chroma distraction will get the final elimination and put Visual Scary 2-0 up. They get the series win, and they will solidify their spot in the playoffs if they didn't already with that hardpoint victory. Phenomenal play as they take Dovahkiin Oblivion out of the equation.
Yeah, congratulations for the set of Visual Scary for booking that final ticket towards the playoffs to be alongside the players of Elevate, ALUla, alongside the rival squad as they go. Again, AJ, you know, the intention was right there for the side of DVK, but it was just that they took so much gunfights that really favored the players of Visual Scary at most. When you talk about Visual Scary, you got to talk about their SMGs, their shotguns, and DVK Oblivion. They want to play fire to fire, but unfortunately, that wasn't the brightest of answer.
Nah, ALUla versus Rivals right after this, and this was just the warm-up series for us, warming up our vocal cord, because you know, this game took a lot of screaming. The next one is probably going to take half of our lifespan. I'm waiting for it, but valiant effort for Dovahkiin Oblivion. They tried their best. They were just not in a spot where they could punish, and I feel like dropping that hard point match after such a close battle took the wind out of their sails, and they just could not sail down to the very end into game number 3. In fact, this S&D seemed a tad bit soft from them as well. But they gave us some decent rounds. They definitely kept up their pacing. Just couldn't go all the way.
Yeah. And unfortunately, with how it played out once again, it just really favored the players of Visual Scary there in regards to playing it quick off right off from the get-go of the rounds. But, you know, I still can't stop fantasizing. If only Dovahkiin Oblivion was able to win the hardpoint game, and if we were granted this type of search and destroy where it kind of went back and forth, until then, things would have been more intense here. But hey, fun efforts nonetheless. Great job from the side of Dovahkiin Oblivion, but congratulations for Zed Visual Scary once again for solidifying themselves towards the playoffs.
This is just a heartbreaker for sure for Dovahkiin Oblivion. Unbelievable in terms of a run. They tried their best. They were keeping up round after round. They fell back a couple of times. They made their way back in. Everybody shined on the side of Dovahkiin, but they just got overwhelmed with the numbers sometimes because it was the elimination quality of Dovahkiin as well. I mean, running on the double switchblade just gave them a very slim chance. But I have to say those shotguns were popping up, and Pickle will be your MVP. 16 eliminations, 1.6 KDA. Fantastic play for the guy.
If it's not going to be popping off in hardpoint, one thing for sure, Pickle is always finding himself involved in a map of specifically Meltdown. I gotta say, wasn't he the MVP of Search and Destroy Meltdown yesterday as well up against Legends? I mean, hey, hands down, Pickle. That is your S&D merchant here for the set of Visual Scary.
Yeah, man, and this is what you need to do for the side of Visual Scary. Just warm up, heat up before the playoffs kick off, because Visual Scary need to be way scarier at the playoffs if they want to knock down any one of our Titans who are waiting for their challenge. It's not going to be easy. ALUla is going to be tough to beat. You also have got rivals. You've got the Red Rebellion Elevate themselves. And of course, Olea might play, but we don't know if or not that's going to happen. We'll have to wait and see. But man, what a run for Visual Scary, from not being in the playoffs run to making the break yesterday, to showing us that they're not just here to show up one time in the top 4, but they're here to stay. And the overall series MVP goes to Sebio with a total of 68 eliminations and a 1.51 KDA.
Oh, nicely done. One of the highest that we haven't able to see in here for sure. And well, Sebio, There was a bit of an identity crisis once again that they were facing on the earlier stage of the group stage here for Garena Masters XI in regards to who's going to be rocking a sniper. You put himself back on the scopes, and guess what? He was able to prosper as well. And, well, the bulk of his eliminations did go down to the hardpoint performance that you were able to put up on takeoff. But as they go, you take a look at the board, you see it officially, ladies and gentlemen. Visual Scary will be at the top 4 here, and that will be enough to make it to the cut for the playoffs alongside with Elevate, Rival Esports, and ALUla Club.
That's what we want to see. We want to see the fight, but is the fight enough up against the 3 Titans who have already solidified their spot in the playoffs? We will have to wait for the 1st and the 2nd of August. 2nd of August if Visual Scary can make it there. DBK Oblivion, AMG NLX Legends. Unfortunately, this is where it is all done and dusted for them. Legends now, even if they do take a 2-0 victory over Elevate, they'll not be able to catch up with Visual Scary. And of course, that's going to be a little bit of a blow to them. But, you know, thinking of whether or not it was possible for them to 2-0 Elevate was asking for too much, I think.
Definitely. I mean, who would be crazy enough to ask for that, right? Maybe not a hopeful man like Warden, but yeah, well, with that being said, I mean, dude, wow, what a run that we've had here. Unfortunately, it's another clean slate. I don't know why we can't get those controls rocking in for ourselves here, AJ, but hey, can't ask for more. I mean, we can't take away the spotlight. Visual Scary, they just wanted to get that one closed out because they want to feel the tickets to the playoffs already.
Absolutely. Well, don't worry, you'll get exactly what you want, Warden. At the playoffs, we'll definitely have our game 3s. We'll definitely see a little bit of control out there. And at this point of time, we don't care who wins. We just want to see some control out here, right?
Yeah, dude, control. It's been a while. And yeah, I'm so used to seeing the format as well that, you know, despite the fact that if it's an early 2-0, most of the times that they'd play out all throughout the series. But now, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are wondering, if it's a 2-1, that's going to be 2 points guaranteed. If it's a 2-0, well, that's going to be a quick 3-point run for the winning team. So that is the format that we're following for this tournament. That's why we're not going to be playing all of the game modes.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? In the future, we have to make this a best of 5 in this round robin.
Oh, yeah.
You know, force that control for sure. Give these teams a little bit of extra chance as well, right? Because we see the fight in them, especially for the teams who did not make it. They have these moments where they do wake up, they show the beast mode side of themselves, but whether or not it's going to be enough to make that run into a game number 4, game number 5 in the round robins in itself, we'll have to wait and see on our next season. But for now, it is set in terms of how that leaderboard is going to be looking like. And I think there can be no better team than Visual Scary. They've definitely proven themselves so far, Warden.
Rightfully. I mean, Visual Scary, they've always been notorious to being the number 4 team of the MSP region here. I mean, for number 3, it always has been TSM, or aka Rivals. So we're looking to be rightfully back on track to where the script should be. Quote unquote script, AJ.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, no, we did not write the script. The players definitely wrote it themselves. And, you know, anyone who can afford to change the script will be the teams that take them on, or at least try to take them on. It took a few seasons for Elevate themselves to break down the Titans that they were facing in the past. So it's going to take a few seasons for these guys as well to start breaking down the champions or the top 3 teams that we have been dominating our Garena SMP region for quite a little while.
Oh, definitely. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, once again, that was the only first series said and done. We still got 2 more to go, baby. I mean, we got ALUla and Rival up next. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Garena Masters XI Legacy of Champions. We'll be right back after this break. Hello, welcome back everyone to the Garena Masters XI Legacy of Champions. My name is Warden, alongside with me is AJ, but I personally call him Mr. Suave, and we'll be the casters here for today. We got a blockbuster match here. It's going to be Rival Esports up against the one and only ALUla Club.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this for a long time already. Looking forward to cast the matchup between these two. Looking forward to seeing exactly what they can do to each other out here in the round robins, right? Both of them have got a lot of history out here on the Garena Masters scene, as well as in general, right? You've got crazy players on both sides. I think we are finally going to get a game number 3.
Hopefully we will. I mean, I feel like this has been a pretty long respective, rivalry as well between Rivals and ALUla Club, because, for the side of Rival Esports, they've always been trying to put themselves back on track to be that number 2 Garena squad, because after all, in the Garena region, there could only be 2 representatives in the World Championship, and for the most part, Rival Esports has always been falling into the shadows of ALUla Club and Elevate. Yes, this is just a group stage of Garena Masters 11, but it could be a statement game here for the side of Rival Esports.
Absolutely. Rivals in the battle up against Elevate, the team that you just mentioned. They took away a takeoff matchup from them. That was a fantastic hardpoint game. And it was a great scoreline as well, right? 250 to 165. And then when you saw ALUla take on Elevate, they took an L up against them in the exact same game mode. So that could just be the difference maker here. But apart from that, I feel like they've just been on a clean run all throughout the competition, right? Just absolutely solid in every way possible. It's just Elevate is that yardstick for us at this point of time. But is that going to be an exact translation to what we see in the game in a little? We'll have to wait and see, Warden.
I mean, Rival Esports, man, brand new squad for them. They got Hydra on board alongside Tin as well. They did lose Batman in the process, because come again, ladies and gentlemen, I know people have been asking in the comment section or in all across the social media, where's Batman from the side of Rivals? Well, our boy from Garena is now playing in the African region because, well, that's just, again, the aura and the demand of Garena players all across the international scene.
Absolutely, man. And of course, this is exactly what you are looking for out there, not just for these players, not just for these teams to go out there and prove themselves time and time again, but also potentially to get fished out of whatever team they're in to play in some of these other regions, right? And yeah, maybe I like the fact that you mentioned these teams are playing to see who can be the next number 2 squad.
Yeah.
Because to find themselves be in that number 1 spot might be a very, very long journey. I think Elevate has just done a lot in terms of being that one consistent team that's untouchable at this point of time. Probably one game you can pull away from them. Pulling away a series from those Titans, the Red Rebellion, very, very difficult. Perhaps you might be able to do the same in some other region, in some other, up against some of the other squads out there. When you go out there, you're probably going to be stomping a lot because you've got junior players on the other regions that probably will have a lot to learn from you as well.
Oh, truly, man. I mean, just diving into like the impact of like the Garena players as now in the international scene. Coming in, Batman and Steve is now in a Kenyan roster. Playing for the African Regional Championship as well, and then you move back as well towards let's say in CDM OUG, one of the best teams right now in the region, and their best player is 7 that came from Garena alongside Freezy as well. So, well, that is just truly the demand once again that the Garena region has been able to offer, so on and so forth. But now drawing back towards the series here, AJ, what are we looking at, man? I mean, do we feel, and do you actually feel confident that we're going to be getting a game 3 here?
So, based on what I know, there's actually a match in CDM waiting for the squad, right? So they're going to try to wrap this one up as quickly as possible. But obviously, we cannot interfere in how quick the match is going to be. So you're going to have some bulls trying to run through the China shop, and they are not going to be tiptoeing around this China shop. They're going to be smashing everything to find the exit. So there's a big chance it's a 2-0.
It all boils down to the side of ALUla, man. How badly they want to close out the game as fast as possible, but we all know their foes here with Rivals, they're not going to make it easy at all, especially if we head straight to a map of Ashenda.
Yeah, man. This one is going to be a rough one. So tell me, what do you think the results of the 2-0 is going to be like? Do you think we get to see an L taken by Rivals, or do you think they're going to walk away with the dub?
It's hard. It's honestly really tough, man. I mean, we're looking to have a pretty revitalized squad of Rivals, but at the same time, we have a very let's say, urgent ALUla.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, I'm going to walk inside of this match empty-handed in regards to projections. I don't want to call out anything here.
I'm going to predict it. Rivals going to 2-0 ALUla in this series. No doubt whatsoever. Let's go.
I have never heard you make a bold statement like that, but I'll take it. I'm going to play devil's advocate. Not really devil's advocate. What am I talking about? Devil's advocate. This is ALUla and Rival Esports, bro.
2-0. 2-0 Rivals. 2-0 Rivals. That's it's gonna happen. I don't know if or not ALUla's gonna be capable of handling the pressure out there today. Then again, you gotta also look at what's the worst case scenario if they take an L. Nothing happens. They still get into the playoffs. Probably where they sit in the bracket is gonna be a little bit different, but they don't really lose out on a lot.
Okay, we'll see about it as we head straight now towards the map itself, ladies and gentlemen. Blockbuster match up ahead. Buckle it up. It's ALUla Club up against Rival Esports in this map of Ascenda.
Well, they open up the hard point first. Rivals just a tad bit slow, trying to get control on top side, but they are not on the hill, and ALUla will run away with the initial bit of points. Throwing in 2 objective players is just not going to be enough as ALUla slays them where they stand. Clove and FDX just both stepping it up alongside Lucasen.
Good typical spread here right across when you are able to win the break off here for a set of ALUla. Trying to get that map control, but the players of Rival Esports, man, they're just looking to barge themselves inside of the hard point.
Yeah, absolutely. So I was looking at a speed run here, but it looks like ALUla is looking to be the one that speed runs through Rival. They finally find the break on the hill, but they're just not chucking in enough objective players just yet. FDX is left all alone on the cover with the smoke. Final 10 seconds. Rival's going to be able to catch up with ALUla on the points as ALUla now looks to go in for the early setup onto P2 as well. Taking the statue spawn, dropping a player inside of the lobby as well, looking to set up Garage early for themselves. Rivals 4 points behind ALUla after the first hard point ends.
Yeah, now P2's going to be opening up here. Spawn's going to be defined here for the set of ALUla as they try to lead away as well. Rival's going to be playing this one here from the front side, so as they go so far back and forth here as we see no operas to be found whatsoever. It's just all going to come down to the trades.
What can you get through this fight? Rivals on the hill. They've got the numbers, but FDX does not have that backup. He trickles in all alone, and he will get punished. 3 object players just sitting down inside that hill now, inside of Garage. 2 players come in for the challenge. One of them is Lucasen. He also has got the operator in hand. He stops the bleeding for the time being, but taken out of the equation by JB and his switchblade. 43-24. ALUla haven't found much here on P2.
And as they go here so far, I mean, bit of a convincing lead now here for the set of Rival as they go. War Machine's out here for the set of AG as well. They clean them all away. Nicely done for the set of AG. And it's going to be ALUla now here looking to try to settle down for the scrap time. But Rivals, they're not giving down.
Nah, they're not giving this one up at all. ALUla could not find a single point here on P2. Early rotation for P3 is Rivals. It's not even ALUla. They're not on point, but they do get the spawns right from the back. They want to trickle in one after the other. That's not the favorable spawn as far as P2 is concerned for them. Rivals, on the other hand, they'll take the part of Stone at that backyard, dropping in one after the other with Josh and the Death Machine as well. Looking for the players on the side of ALUla, but FDX with the Super Sparrow dropping by, laying everyone to waste as he takes over the hard point.
Nicely done. Looking to get some more as well here from the back. Does get taken down. That machine coming through as well. ALUla Club so far finding the means to get the recovery. And they find another operator here from the front side, skirting the space, and the rest of the crew from the set of ALUla, they rack up the time.
And overextending with the Death Machine and making so much work from that. Absolutely smashing Rivals where they stand, dropping by inside their spawns and taking that operator and taking all of them to town. And Rivals have not found that recovery just yet. Clove doing the exact same, overextending into the spawn of Rivals with his operator and just punishing player after player. And just like that, ALUla's right back in the race. Rivals could not run away with it at P3. They'll have to make magic happen here at P4.
64-71. Equalizer coming out once again here off the break, off from this P number 4. 50-50 gunfights. Who can win it? So far, bulk of the numbers lies upon the place of ALUla, and the sponsors get split apart as well here from the hands of Rivals. It should be ALUla here, finding the means to get the break inside of the hill.
Absolutely brilliant in terms of a play here for ALUla to squeeze their way back in. No 2-0 Mustachio. If there's any 2-0 here, we are going to be the ones taking it over Rivals. But if you look at the numbers as well, it's just not in support of Rivals, right? ALUla definitely better in every single way, especially when it comes to the average eliminations that every single player gets on the side of ALUla whenever they say hardpoint matchup. Rivals, on the other hand, they just can't keep up. The only player that has got numbers anywhere close to ALUla is AG.
Yeah, but hey, the bulk of the trades alongside the way that they're able to cycle inside of the objective is one big reason why that this game is up close here for the side of Rivals. It's not entirely about the slays here for them. It's just about who can play the most detrimental time inside of the hard point. But now we go for the reset. It's going to be a 10-point lead here for the side of ALUla. As they start things off here for the side of Rivals, Operas comes out to create the space here for the SP1.
Oh yeah, no doubt at all, and it is going to be a tough fight here for Rivals as we reset the hard point down into P1 this time. They do not wait on ceremony. They toss in every single smoke that they have. They smoke out the area and jump onto the hard point, but ALUla smashing the spot here with 3 objective players. One overextending Lucas in because he has got the operator in hand, but all he manages is just 1 elimination as he gets shut down. Operator wasted, but it was a good play to just overextend and keep Rivals on their spot as the rest of the ALUla players walk away with those points on the hill.
Now we got ALUla here to jacking up the pedal here on the front foot, not looking to give any space anymore here for a set of Rivals. But a patching here will be shown here by the side of Rivals, but ALUla Club, they're brute forcing themselves inside of this hard point, playing off the scraps, and they're going to play off the COD as well here for the speed number 2. As they transition here, it's going to be the players of Rival here slithering by. It's going to be Yato early on the rotation. John spotting out here from the back as well. This get dealt with, and as we go, Rival should be able to find himself here with a pretty nice silver lining on the speed 2.
Amen. As ALUla looks to close this one out, Rivals has got a good chance to maybe turn things around here on this P2. They made P2 their money hill earlier on, and ALUla not giving them the space to do that this time round. They've got the operators out and waiting. Jai with the war machine. Skirt has got the death machine in his hands as well, looking for the shutdown. One after the other, overextends to a statue, gets 2. Can he get 3 and 4? Punished before he could get those eliminations. But on the other hand, that overextension gives ALUla more time on the hill. Here comes those grenades, everything tossed in towards the garage, but nothing to put the Rival players inside of the hill. The 2-0 scoreline might just go the way of ALUla if they keep up the spacing.
Oh boy, they're not looking to stop at all as they get to see now the players of Rival scrambling down. ALUla Club on an overdrive. Tom's hot, rack it up. Let's dial into the community.
Hey, come on, guys.
Keep on small, Scared.
Come on.
Let's go next, let's go next.
Pushing.
No one contesting.
Go.
One this, Lucas.
Ready, I'm gonna Fred.
Fred out, Fred
Well,
out.
well dead.
How much you care balcony?
Go, Fred.
How much you to office. Office or going balcony?
Office that.
Crow, garage. Claw, garage.
One more, well.
Outer. Listen out.
I'm flanking.
Josh. One outer left side. Josh.
Outer.
I flip guys, I flip.
Outer still. Pati office. Ito, dalawang warehouse. Dalawang warehouse.
Ikot ako sa outer.
Sa warehouse ako.
Warehouse.
Connector dead, pati ka na connector mo.
Inner naka-prox.
Warehouse.
Inner. Outer na.
Nakita ko balko, kunin ko.
Outer pala.
Oy, outer dead.
Meron warehouse ah.
Inner tractor, bro. Sa balko. May balko ata.
Inner.
ALUla extended lead, absolutely cool, calm, collected on the call. Are looking. Rivals, on the other hand, have not found their way back, and Jai is cleaning up house with the war machine.
Just another situation for a set of ALUla to make the most out of. Scrap time good, initial time good, tail time good. It's the players of ALUla now here in striking distance to put themselves on the 20-point mark for this round of Ashenda.
Man, Lucas in, it's on a 10 now. 39 eliminated side of the earlier on, played it to perfection. This time side of FDX perhaps could not pop off, but ALUla has already done the bulk load of the work to have a massive lead for them in this hardpoint match. And now there we go with ALUla still on the hill. Rivals seem to find the break while Jai brings the ready, gets a double for himself. Every single operator used to perfection on the side of ALUla.
Lucas in as well, goes for extension as well here with a Tempest. Ever since the lead has drawn out by the players of ALUla, they have never given an opportunity, not a slight bit of breather for the side of Rivals. Still 15 seconds remaining. ALUla Club is still in control.
They're blitzing past Rivals time. 5 kills already and counting. Can he hit the 60 by the end of this game? The rest of his team are going to give him the time. But Rival extend their points here on those hills to maybe give Lucas in exactly that. 15 more kills. He finds a 46 off of AG. Josh drops spot becomes again with a double off of the switchblade. Rivals try to make it in here, but perhaps it is too late. ALUla less than 25 points away to
It's going to take a miracle for the side of Rivals if they want to find a means to put this Ascenda back to their podium. They go. Hardpoint's going to be opening up. It's painted in blue once again. Topside control will be granted. Last 20 seconds for the side of ALUla to close out the game, and it could end here, right now.
But Rivals, can they step it up? Do they let this to happen? 22 seconds to go. It can end. Rivals don't make some magic happen. They stop the bleeding. They take away the hill, but just for 1 second. Nobody close enough. ALUla, what a run. What a dominant display of aggression. Rivals won't be able to stop the bleeding for the time being, but they will extend this game into the next hill. How long? ALUla just needs 1 more point.
A little patch up here and there, and the operators will be out. That will be the dagger, the nail to the coffin to close out the deal. ALUla Club wins with sheer dominance.
I told you, man. 2-0. ALUla's got it. Man, what a damn good game, though.
They're gonna have it for CDM. You know what it is? It's still both of them.
Absolutely. And Lucas, you know, we the best version of him in this game. The slays were on point. His phone was so close to his face. You give him 1 more inch and he would be game already, literally. But, I mean, they were locked in, man. They just showed no mercy whatsoever. Rivals could not get close enough to them, to the hills, to anything in that game.
Ooh, talking about immersion, man. I felt the fumes there from side of ALUla when they lost the first few hard points. Rival, they're on the lead. They were like, nah, take it right back. Lucas in, back to primal form. Will be your MVP for this one.
Man, look at the impact. 3 players on the side of ALUla, more than 190 impact in the game. And you've got Yato and Tin lagging behind. This is not good for Rivals at all. If they want to be the team that is behind Elevate, that second spot, like you said, as they fight for it. ALUla, on the other hand, looking clean, looking solid, looking strong in this hardpoint match. They've got a game in CDM to catch up with. They want to get this one done and dusted quick, which means I think it's going to be a blitz run as well in the S&D. But the last time I checked, Rivals were no losers to just drop a game like that. I'm hoping for a game number 3. I'm hoping to see a little bit of control in this series at least.
Ooh, wow. Just overall, I'm out of breath. Just same goes for the side of Rivals, man. I mean, these guys played catch up for the entirety of the game, pretty much. I mean, we only saw them at the start where they were able to plant themselves on the, you know, the groove, the breather. They were in control of that P2, but once the translation came along on from the next hill forward, it was just ALUla Club beating down the players of Rivals. It was really well dominated. I mean, we needed to see at least just a player stand out, you know. I mean, when you look at a player, I mean, a team like ALUla, you know, you had Lucas in, you had SKAERI racking up those eliminations as well. For the side of Rivals, everyone's just fair share equal, and I know you pointed it out as well in the middle of the game where the eliminations just needed a bit more of a push here for the side of Rivals.
Yeah, unfortunate, right? And Jai, I feel like, was having a damn good game for himself as well. And the MVP, the one and only Lucas in, the import player, making magic work here for the squad. 53 eliminations in totality and a 2.21 KD. He was on fire.
No, Lucas in. I mean, on yesterday's run was kind of lacking for sure, but hey, rightfully done. I mean, 2.21 KDA in a hardpoint game is a pretty big statement here for the side of Lucas in, and well, hands down to his teammates as well. You know, he wouldn't be able to rack up these much eliminations if his teammates wasn't really able to create that space for him to shine.
Yeah, no doubt at all. I feel like, you know, he held his own every single position that he played. It was just resulting in absolute dominance in terms of area control for the squad. Matt Vito, we're going to run through this one real quick as well. Just helping out ALUla because they obviously cannot find any lags, and we go into firing range. I'm excited. Let's go, baby. Let's see if or not ALUla can wrap things up 2-0, or will we be held back by rivals who force a game 3 in control?
The fact that both rivals and ALUla has to play against each other right after this series once again is just kind of funny for my Are they like practicing the maps that they're going to be playing on that series? I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, it'll be funny if one team gets the win here and then the other gets the win on the other side. But either
Each their
way,
own.
it's a rough one. It's a rough one for rivals. You see all smiles on the side of ALUla, and they're not gonna drop the ball just like that. What do you think the scoreline's gonna be? Do we get an overtime? Do we get a game number 3, Warden?
I feel like it's gonna be a triple overtime.
Woohoo! All right, triple overtime. Let's go. As we start things off on firing range after a while.
Get it? Let it be a mid stacker from Zedvalula. Oh my god, might just be a speed run here for sure. Can he find the first? Clove checks off, gets with the first, and looking to get a second as well. Yato gets a trade, back and forth they go. Numbers advantage, not going to be relying upon anyone. It's just a 3v2 situation as Josh finds Skirt out.
GB just making sure he positions himself well. Nate tossed out by Yato, but the trophy's there to save Lucasin. Great spot. Locust in the hands of Lucasin. Josh is looking for one nade. The nade does not find the opponent. A follow-up, and the trophy saves Lucasin again. And he will punish Josh as well after getting the info on the very start there. GB Yato versus Lucasin and Jai, a 2v2. Rivals still have got a chance here, but they've just been held back to their spawn from the very start.
Just gotta slow it down here. Be on the side of ALUla, but I think they have a firm call as well that the bomb's gonna get planted here towards the B side. Two of the most accurate players of ALUla up against Yato and Jibby, the veteran and the prodigy, but they might be able to slip by, might be able to pass by.
Do they get away? Lucasin not spotted out just yet. He was in a great position though. And Yato just slowly tracking back. They can go in here for the plant. 28 seconds left. And it's just way too risky to go in for an attempt at that A site. So it's going to be a B site plant. And Jai not wasting time. Understanding the timing of the game really well. And not wasting a lot of those moments at all to cut the distance. Lucasin finds Yato though before GB shuts down Jai. It's a 1v1. Lucasin needs a quick shot and he finds it. MVP of that hard point still shining bright in S&D.
Oh,
Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
He was just looking at the bomb at a different angle because he couldn't see the number pads to defuse the bomb.
Just needed a drink. Just wanted to troll them a tad bit. Obviously, expecting rivals to wake up, but it seems like it is going to be difficult when Lucasin is popping off like this. Almost aced out the full squad of rivals in the first round.
Oh, truly. Now, round number 2 is going to be opening up. Equal spread here once again to stand out. 2 players on the A side, 2 players on B. Equal, to be honest, here for each end. It's all going to come down to who can get the first initial pickoffs. Lucasin got a quad there at the start. Nearly got an ace. The round for themselves. As they go here, just up 30 seconds has passed by. No blood has dropped. Not just yet. A bit of an engagement there. Both hit markers connecting for each end.
Jai almost lost his life, but he's just going to prone until he quickly recovers. Almost made that a game advantage with the numbers. And Lucasin will not be punished in return. A tad bit lucky, and the wall shot finds Josh as well. Lucasin, man, this guy just popping off. Yato shuts down FDX, but there's just 1 for 2 right now for the side of rivals. ALUla finds Yato as well. Numbers dwindling down hard for rivals.
Oh, takes it to reach. Oh, hit marker. Well, the vehicle slaughter is there. Big shot from Saturn Jimmy on the mid map. Finds himself all alone. The youngest and the prodigy all alone. Finds Shy as well. That's 1v1. Clove up against Jibby.
Great play. Jibby hears the footsteps. The bomb on the ground, so needs to track all the way back. GB knows. Goes in for the pick. Did he spot out Clove? Yeah, and he finds him from afar with the switchblade. And Rival keeping the series alive for now.
Nicely done. I mean, you like to see the efforts here from the side of Rivals.
Yeah.
And it's a search and destroy. I mean, damn. Bit of a slower pace here. I like to see it. You can definitely feel that they don't want to put up any too much mistakes here. Want to take this game for themselves. Shots fired on a mid-map. Jai able to get a quick early connection here. That might be a calling, that might be a post up there on the mid-map, but at the same time, FDX might have to be worried, because it might just be pushed towards the B site now.
Oh, getting tagged up. Ooh, the frag almost found him. Follows it up with a stun as well. But no follow-up through those shots. FDX just not looking to take a big risk in that gameplay. Scared. Great position to catch out Josh and GB. Josh needs to be really careful here. Opportunity to punish. Miss the window. Scared. Beautiful slide. Peeks out. But that is just a pixel that he showed off and quickly backs away. Scared, on the other hand, opportunity for the Punisher. Needs to be really careful when he engages with Josh.
Gonna find another. It's a free start for them, but they gotta worry about Skirt here watching the mid-map. Most drop though to deplete the vision away, so they can definitely get this bomb planted, but they have to make sure that this bomb does come through with no contention whatsoever. It's gonna be a 5v4 retake here. Numbers advantage for the side of ALUla.
Oyato will get punished by Skirt. Manages to cut the distance down and now opens up the bomb site for himself. AG a little too far away. Lucas in with a backstab, but Skirt off of the Lucas in distraction will be able to find the elimination and the defusal. ALUla now with the lead.
No, 6 kills tied up here for Skirt and Lucas in. Combined for 12. You see Skirt, man, just nonchalant. I want to get this over with already, but you gotta go and claim 7 more rounds here if you're on the side of ALUla. As now we move along here, round number 4 is going to be opening up. Do we see another back and forth? Or can ALUla finally extend their lead here by 2?
No sweat for Skirt. Looks like he's 1 more round away from yawning. Too easy for him. The Rivals need to make this one a tad bit more difficult. Can they keep this game this balance to the R side? Or a little bit of a change. They need to contain Lucas in and Skirt somehow. But this madman just going in for all of those favorite spots on the spam. Tin finds FDX, who's just not having a great S&D so far. But you can't count FDX out just yet. That monster might just wake up anytime.
Bit of shifts well. I mean, you have Lucas in on the scope, so... And he's able to find value out of that. Oh, Yato is out. Ribby as well. Both of the SMGs gone long and dusted for the side of Rivals. Finally, Josh able to find a trade, but... damage has been done once again, and we have a settlement here for a 3v3. Once again, it might be another push towards the B side.
One monster taken down. The other one is still alive and prowling. It's Scared. Looking for a victim. Jai with the SKS. Positioned well here. Right on top of the workshop. Quick reposition as AG now looks for the plant. Beautiful smoke off down mid. Block off the vision. It's a safe plant. Quite lucky that nobody was in position to spam those shots through the smoke. Because you know ALUla will not think twice.
Nah. So good when it comes to playing those trades. Clove has to be the entry point maker though. Jai cannot really find a value out of it, especially with an SKS. Skirt gets tagged up as well. Clove now closing up the distance. Gonna deal with player 3 AG, but Jai finds Josh away. AG finds Clove. Now it's a 2v2 situation.
Beautiful backstab by Tin, and Rivals will take the lead in the game. Do we get control? Do we get a game number 3? Man, I wonder how the comms are gonna sound like though. Cool, calm, collected, or some chaos?
Gagawin bomba.
Sige, nagbawa ako smoke.
Sniper on shower.
I'm gonna play site.
Just the showers.
Shower.
On the left side, Jin. Selling trailer.
Grenading site.
Gonna come back to barrels. There's smoke mid.
Ang bali, tatlo A yun.
No trailer.
Reloading ako pre. May mid din siguro to.
Dapat nakita nag-push B. May smoke ulit ako.
May trailer pre ah.
Iberos trader.
Call niya ba?
Tanggal lang kayo na ako.
May P1 lang.
Ako na lang
May trophy
eh.
ah.
Tanggal lang kayo
May
ako.
trophy trailer. May trophy trailer.
Smoking na ako ah. Sige, smoking na.
Yeah,
Tanggal
tara.
lang
Mid. Mid 7. Okay, come on.
Nice.
Kumakin ka lang.
Maybe sit long.
Kaya long.
Long.
He said wood.
One long. LMG long. 2 long guys.
Let's go.
Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Last it, last it.
I'm gonna push. Tatlo A pushing na.
Blocking. Okay, even low ako.
Nice.
Nice shot. Okay, let's come back to jump AB. Keep holding AB. I'm gonna play bows. Let's do 2 trailer. Scorpio.
Defend the objective.
That's quite clean, Warden.
Yeah. I mean, you hear the counts as well. 3, 2, 1, and big hello and goodbye. Get it
Yeah,
done.
absolutely.
Now,
I mean, of
this
course,
round
they
though.
didn't really play that carelessly. They got the numbers advantage on their side first before going in there for the push. So,
Oh.
great decision making. But FDX still
Enemy
rolling
has
in
dropped
the
a
eggs
bomb.
here.
Bomb acquired.
Nothing with the switchblade so far for him, but if you're going to get carried by Lucas and Skirt in this manner, I guess there's nothing to complain about. Jai finds Tin early. Yato shut down by Skirt, who pulls away his 8th, but Lucas keeps 1 foot in front with the 9th elimination, finding AG. Rivals crumbling as Lucas steps up once again. This guy with the Locust is insane.
Yeah, Josh, Jibby, all alone. What can you find? Nothing at all. ALUla Club, they finally extend their lead here by 2. And you get to see some smiles now here from your Captain Scud.
Oh, yeah.
To move him over.
Okay.
I mean, definitely a bit of a slower pace on the search and destroy side, but one thing that's really stopping rivals here is definitely the openers here from the side of ALUla Club. Their marksmanship here from the side of Lucas, and it's just so hard to avoid.
Giving me just some flashbacks of Whoopi from the good old days where he used to be a monster. And Lucas again with the Punisher. Those wall bangs are solid as he finds more for himself, and Jai with the Punisher onto AG. 2 players down. Jibby forcing the plant through the smoke, but can they pull away the round as they force ALUla to play the defusal? I have got 1 player stacked on each entrance here, with 1 backup in Yato just behind the vehicle. 1 more explosion and that's going to be over. Scud finds Jibby. Rivals, man, they melt like butter.
Yeah, it's starting to get overwhelming here for the side of rivals. To kind of defines the coordination and the way that the numbers are displayed out here for the side of ALUla is just so remarkable. And the thing about them is that they're so notorious for their gun skills. I mean, this is a super team after all. And whatever decisions they put up and whatever strategy they try to put themselves into, they're just able to do it because they can win it because of their mechanical gunfights.
Absolutely. And all that is with FDX just sleeping on this game. He just barely has made any bit of impact, and still a clear, decent, man, as I speak about the guy, he just gets melted down again. At this point in time, FDX is playing for rivals.
Bomb has been planted.
Yes, it's a 6v4. He needs to wake up. But either way, ALUla showing rivals who's boss. 35 seconds to go for the defusal. And ALUla usually not focusing on the objective. They're just focusing on the eliminations. But this time, they'll have to make sure they keep the timing tight. Then punished after he finds Jai and Skirt. Always there. Right place, right time again. That's about it. Josh is just going to get taken out of the equation. Yato far away, but the Punisher as he circles around. It looks like it ain't over just yet, say rivals. And that looks straight into the camera. Yato says, I'm still alive, baby.
Oh, that's what you need. I mean, that is your
The objectives.
early days MVP. Finally putting some light into the squad of rivals. Now moving along here, switch up sides. Now going to be ALUla's turn here to take on the offense. And they quickly rush down his B side. Tin's going to be the only player here, but he finds the first. FDX for the trade. But the reinforcing is going to be quick here. FDX good for 2. Can he find a triple? And the answer is no, but the trade's going to be right around. Lucas in there from the back, getting it done. ALUla blitzing towards the B side.
I cannot believe what we are witnessing here. They are making quick work of rivals.
Defend the objective.
There's going to be a rematch for sure. Because it's not here. It's on a different broadcast. But it's been just so one-sided at this point of time. ALUla. Nothing's over just yet. Rivals still can make a difference here. Skirt this time with the bomb. Looking to cook up that nade. Good as well. Tosses it in. We'll find nothing out of that. Response nade by Tin. Oh, dangerous one. Will miss Clove by an inch. But Jibby is there for the Punisher. Clove drops by to say hello. Not taken out of the equation just yet. And Lucas in finds Jibby instead. The numbers still looking good on the side of Rivals though.
Josh here with scope as well, finding himself on towards the A site, looking in the direction where Lucas is at. But Lucas looking to take up the child, but Josh really backed away. Also dropped there on towards the stacks though, so ALUla still hasn't really decided which side to go towards to. Again, numbered advantage here for a set of Rivals, and they got Adrian really posted up there on the steel tower. That will be a prime position and catch any players on a mid map alongside Top Wooden as well. And ALUla, man, I mean, they're just looking to play for picks here alongside with Jai and Lucas in. Off the scopes into Marksman.
With Lucas in the squad, man, ALUla is just crazy. Too damn good at this point of time.
The enemy has the bomb.
Skirt is in his prime form. Speaking of, Lucas in gets a double. Finally taken out by Josh, but the damage has been done. Jai and Clove, though, haven't been their best version today. Yato punishes Jai and will get the follow-up onto Clove as well. So perhaps that is the fix. That is the solution. Take Skirt and Lucas in out of the equation somehow, and Rivals should be able to walk away round after round with the dub.
I mean, those are your MVPs so far inside of this game. Picked him through early out. Till then, there could be some lie, but no, Lucas in, finds the first blood. Sniper from the side of Rivals is out, and now once again, there's going to be two more players on this A side, posted up for the side of Rivals to stop the push to happen here for the side of ALUla.
17, 18 kills. Man, Lucasen, can someone contain this monster? 3 players down, make that 4 as FDX wakes up a tad bit as well. Lucasen taken out of the equation, but it's too late as Kurt finds the final elimination in that round. Closer and closer they get. ALUla now just looking to end things quick so they can start the rematch at CDM. 2 more rounds away from getting the victory on SND. 2 more rounds away from getting a 2-0 victory in the series.
So highly doable here, not unless someone from the side of Rivals can light things up as much as Lucasen Scud. 18 for the side of Lucasen, 13 for the side of Scud. And now we go, Josh just finds Jai away. That will be your first step here for the side of Rivals. You got your first frag now, don't get frisky, play your numbers right, but you get to see player 2 FDX as well. Developing a push towards the B side, but it does back away. Oh my god.
This guy, 19 already. The game's not over. Looking to just pop every single rival player that he sees out there on the battlefield. The numbers looking good for Rivals though. Can they make their way back in the game? Looking slightly better on the defense. The bombs in their hand when they have to play the positioning, the pressure. I guess the pressure was just too great for Rivals. They got to stack up on the ALUla players. Going in for the plant. Trying to get it as close as possible. Towards the corner. And Yato, nice one as he catches Kurt. Gonna be put in a little bit of a fix though, Rivals. On for the jump, but Clove is not spotted. Gets the double, gets the triple. Holy Lord, what a clutch.
Wow.
What the hell?
What? How does that happen? You can't win a round like that, Clove. My freaking days. Now.
You're telling Clove? Rivals, you cannot lose a round like that. God. This could just be the final one. But Tin makes sure that it is not. Clove will get taken down. Jai out of the equation. It's all up to Skirt and Lucas in the 2 most dangerous players on the side of ALUla. Up against the 4 alive on the side of Rivals. Skirt finds 1. Lucas and still keeps things alive here.
No way.
Up against 2, but prevented by Jimmy. ALUla held to match point.
My heart's pounding, man. Any moment, another snap could happen between Lucasin and Scud, and another
Damn.
devastating play could just come through to the faces of Rivals. I don't know if it's Rivals just not playing it right, or it could be just ALUla, Lucasin, and Scud just making the most out of the mistakes. Regardless, they gotta step it up here. Last 3 lifelines. Last lifeline here for set of ALUla. They gotta go for 3 more rounds in a row, and it starts here with 10, fighting Clove away.
Yeah, Lucas is just too damn good with the positioning here on firing range. He knows every spot, every wall bang that he can take advantage of. And Rivals, there's no place to hide. Just because there's a wall in front of you does not mean Lucasin cannot reach out to you and say hello. GB punishes Jai early though. Josh looking for one.
You got the bomb.
Lucasin on the sticky. Can he find it though? Straight towards the trophy. That'll be removed from the equation as GB gets shut down, and Lucasin finds the 22nd kill of the game.
A live game for the side of Lucasin. And you got 50% of Scurry, 12% of Clove. FTX lurking there from the top. Oh my, that might be over. This might just be over, but no, he doesn't check it. Oh, he does. He goes for the spray, and it's over. ALUla Club, they close out. Firing range.
They close out the Series 2-0. And FTX, he was not getting any kills just so that he could shine at the very end. If there's a good time to wake up with those numbers, it was their final round, and ALUla, they sailed through this rival like it was nothing, and Rivals just could not do much about it at all. And Lucasin, the monster. Lucasin, the superstar. Highest impact, 22 kills. And he was nothing but amazing.
Just crazy. Just, what do you say with that type of numbers? On Search and Destroy. And adding the fact as well to add more bleeding here up against Rivals. This Rivals is a very notorious squad. They're really strong. So any team would falter if we have to go against a squad that has a player dropping 22 kills off the scopes, 15 on that SMG for both Scared alongside Clove with 12. That was just overwhelming there for the side of Rivals.
That brings the total number of kills Lucasin has scored in SND so far to 99 in GM11. How insane is that? But of course, Jai still keeping the pace up. He's just one of the Slayers as well on the side of ALUla. This game just wasn't his time to shine though. Lucasin definitely stole the spotlight.
Rightfully, and respectfully well. I mean, Lucasin is just, you know, coming in a bit of the prices here for the side of ALUla, whether who was going to be rocking at sniper. For a moment of time, it was FTX. Put it back to the side of Lucasin, and guess what? Well, here's your 22 kills that you've been asking for.
I mean, 22 is definitely my number, but I was not expecting Lucasin to show up with that on S&D. Although he is one of the better Slayers on the side of ALUla on this game mode. 16.5 average kills on S&D. The most amount of score picked up in this game mode for the side of ALUla compared to the rest of his team members. But damn, what a game from him. I think the players on the side of Rivals, they just could not play much. They could not just show. Especially when they were on the attack, just continuous wall bang after wall bang. There was just no safe haven for the players on the side of Rivals on firing range. These walls just too thin.
Yeah, you know, as Gala would say, built on walls built like paper mache, and when you have a sniper, once again, you just can't stop reiterating and just stop dwelling about it. You know, I mean, this map was built for snipers, and when you have your snipers just truly locked in, you know, there's sometimes where, you know, maybe a sniper can do their respectable role well, finding picks, and, you know, getting the openers, but this guy was involved for like the entirety of these rounds where he was alive.
22 eliminations, 2.75 KDA. Can we talk about a monster? Can we talk about a man who's absolutely locked in and not ready to give up opportunities, not ready to play control? Because he wants a rematch and he wants it now. That'll happen on CDM in a little bit between The exact same two squads. ALUla takes on Rivals yet again. But the series winner is not Visual Scary Prod. you gotta change this one for sure. Great play, great victory taken here by the one and only ALUla club. And there was just no denying them of that after Lucasin woke up and refused to go back to sleep.
Yep. And again, all credits as well for the set of Skirt alongside just the rest of the team here for the set of Clove as well. I mean, they were able to create the space for Lucasin to shine. And it was just the dynamics of the team of ALUla that really, truly just made it so overwhelming for the set of Rivals. It wasn't, I don't think it was the fact that Rivals came out prepared. I mean, if they didn't prepare for this matchup, especially for this day, because they got to go against ALUla twice, then that's on them. But it seemed like in some way they seemed to be prepared. It's just the gunfights that really put them down. And so we get to see now on the board here, ALUla Club, they put themselves back on the #1 spot.
There you go. But Elevate though, no doubt at all. This next matchup is going to be one that it's going to be fairly easy for them based on what we have in front of us in terms of data and in terms of the history of the Red Rebellion. They are going to paint the town red as they take on Legends in the final series and potentially to rip away that #1 spot back from ALUla Club. But a great run, a great showing here from ALUla up against Rival Esports. Rival just could not keep up. They could not show up in the exact same way ALUla did. They tried though, they just failed unfortunately.
You know, with this being said as well, I mean, we would have had a topic as well that maybe the Legends could have maybe take away that spot from the initial run there for the #4 ticket, but unfortunately for the side of them, Real Scary, they took down their their predecessors earlier up against Oblivion. It was a 2-0, and plus the fact that when we saw them go up against each other, or I mean the Legends and Visual Scary, it was also a 2-0. So hey, nothing's gonna shift here on the board. It's just probably the seedings coming from the top 4.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, Elevate wants to end the group stage in that #1 spot and, of course, make their way into the playoffs strong as ever. Just a little bit of extra flex for them. And there's just no way in the world they would look to drop the series up against Legends, right? No reason for that whatsoever. I think they're still going to give their best. Legends better bring their best, or else it's going to be a quick end to that series as well. Just as quick as it was in the second one between ALUla as well as Rivals. The Rivals could not take the fight up to them. But of course, we're going to take a quick short break, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. When we come back, it's the final series of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. This is Garena Masters 11 Legacy of Champions, the final day of our round robin stage and the final series of our round robin. We now have a Titan taking on an underdog. The Legends are the underdogs. The Titans are the Red Rebellion squad. It's the one and only Elevate. Is this going to be an easy match, or are we going to see the rise of Legends? Do they make a name for themselves through this series? My name is AJ. I'm the Mustachio. Down here with the one and only Warden. We're going to be Augustus for the day and, of course, for the final series. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, they don't make it to the playoffs, but they get to etch their names in our hearts by beating down Elevate. I mean, they get to make history, man. Legends making history, taking Elevate down on the final series of their run here in the competition. I think it would be a great way to end their showing in GM11. Can they do it, though, as they meet Elevate at takeoff for the very first game?
For this one, but now, yep, we're back on track for this. But yeah, I'll come again. You know, for the side of Legends, I mean, hands it down for them. I mean, they have what, 4 or 3 returning players here. I mean, I'm eyeing out for Tamayo. You got Van Loo as well, alongside just MJ. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm looking forward to this matchup for sure. It is definitely a game that we are going to remember Legends by. I hope that is the case because they've got a lot to prove up against the Legends themselves, the one and only Elevate. Yeah, you can see the boys are nervous. But like you said, we do literally have Legends in the Legend squad. We've got Jabin. We've got the one and only Van Loo. We have got a lot to look forward to see if or not they've got some cheese threads, some capability to shut down Elevate.
Yeah, truly. And I mean, eyes on the prize here for the set of Elevate. I mean, you have Yop here, the captain. Overall, for the set of Elevate, I mean, they're all smiling, but now headphones on, calling as well that the game's well ready to be put up here. Come again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last and final series here, so let's make the most out of it. Here we go.
Whether we make the most out of it or not, the Legends need to make the most out of it. They need to show us their best. They need to show us the best hardpoint they have ever played in their lives. Because again, it is not just a game where they're going to try, but it's a game where they're going to make sure we remember their names, we remember the squad by the end of it, Warden. They have got no choice whatsoever but to go all out. Because if you don't go all out up against Elevate, it's going to be over before it even starts.
Yeah, the best hardpoint team in the world, notoriously named the Red Rebellion Elevate, up against the squad of Legends as we head straight towards the map of takeoff hardpoint. AJ, here we go.
Yeah, let's go. As we open up this first hill, it's Elevate. Just making sure Legends bleed. PJ overextending will get punished for that, and that opens up the hill for Legends. Just for the time being, though. They smoke out the area. Elevate hopping right back in, but PJ taking himself out of the equation, unfortunately allowing Legends to at least find some time on the hill. Beautiful play as they sneak their way back in here, but things are way too early to really make a call as to what's going to happen to Legends by the end of this.
I mean, it takes a lot for us to do so. I mean, for the players of either Elevate or Legends to be able to find a means to just get some definition here out of the speed 1, and so far, I mean, you do have the players of Legends here still going to be on the lead, and adding the fact as well, they do spawn out the players of Elevate here on the right side of the map, so they're going to have the better rotation as well once we approach speed number 2.
Absolutely brilliant as Legends takes the lead. Can they continue on? They've got the early setup for P2 as well. Nobody's securing the spawns here for them, but it doesn't matter. The players on the side of Elevate are a tad bit too far. As I say that, here comes Elevate. Kendi tries to take away the spawns from Legends. They fail, but their front runners will not fail, breaking down the hill. The gunfights, pure gunfights, just winning them the hill just for the time being. Extra nades tossed on in by Jabin to try to keep the hill on their side, to take down the players on the side of Elevate, and that looks good for the squad so far. Susano shut down by MJ. Things are looking solid for Legends.
Oh, nicely done here. I mean, you find himself here at the front and at the back of the hard point. It's going to be enough to push back the most of the players here for the set of Elevate. Down Narnia now. But one player has been able to slither back here to try to sufficiently cut off the spawns here for the set of Legends. War Machine going to be out as well. Oh, Legends showing really great lives here out of P2.
Oh, this is what you needed out of Legends. The War Machine comes out for the play. Jabin going in for the pop. Legends hanging on for their dear lives here. PJ with the backstab, gets a double, gets the hill for the squad. But that also allows Legends for an early setup onto P3. Onto the Aurora launch they go. Generator area, the spawn's taken away by Elevate though, needs to be won out, and that's a big win for Gage, who pulls out the operator and instantly gets deleted. Unfortunate waste of the operator, but they've got two more activated in the hands of Van Loo and MJ. MJ fails with the claw. Van Loo shut down, my god! It looks like TJ's just a tad bit more dangerous with the Tempest.
Oh, now the KLO here out with the equalizer. Yopi with that machine as well, coming through. We get to see here so far Elevate. I mean, they're going to be late on this rotation, but they got the backside of the spawns here well locked down. And Yopi as well with that machine to clean up the spawns here for them. And that's going to be the players of Legends now here spawning on Medical.
Miracle indeed. As Elevate catches up with the points. Legends trying to smash their way through into this P3. Great start, great setup, but they failed big time with their operators. And Elevate unfortunately had the operators for activation as well in that P3, and they were not afraid to use it when they used it. It was a brilliant showing from the Red Rebellion. We're currently playing on the blue side, but we're not going to complain.
We've seen a lot of teams that kind of faltered at the start of the game, but all of a sudden took an overdrive at the end. I mean, we saw that with Rivals up against ALUla, where, you know, earlier Rivals was on the early stage of the lead, just like how Legends is at, but all of a sudden ALUla Club, just like Elevate, they have found the rhythm here, and they have the operas to back it up with hardpoint solidified, and they push back the players of Legends even more.
This is what we need to see out of Elevate, but Legends, great start, now held back before, no showing whatsoever, 30 seconds to go. They come back in for the reach out, they try to stop the bleeding, but Yopi's there for a double and backed up by PJ. That quickly ends the front side attack by the Legend squad, and now they try to go in for that backdoor entry. At least stop the bleeding, but everything has been prevented. Elevate, you cannot do this. Two clean hills back to back is going to be devastating for Legends, but they finally find the break. Some scrap points for the Legends.
Oh, it's going to be nicely done for them, at least, you know. They're not going to be able to rack up enough points here for the set of Elevate to try to build up this operas once again. And we go back to P1 here with the players of Elevate. Right around on the 40-point lead, per se. But hey, a lead is a lead, and you take it here if you're on the side of Elevate. But Legends on the process here as hardpoint opens up. They're not going to be all around here for the set of Legends.
Not at all. Death Machine pulled out by Ginch. He failed the first time. It looks like he will not be able to make much of that second attempt as well. Legends back onto the hill. This is P1. I expected to shift back and forth, but Legends are not winning out a majority of their gunfights. Perhaps MJ changes things now, but that's just a 1-for-1 trade as he gets taken out of the equation. Once again, Elevate in the driver's seat. Back again on the hill.
Yeah, and the operators comes out once again. P1, Elevate, one of the more notorious hardpoint teams to really use these operators on P1. Same goes for the set of Moses as well. So looking to find a value out of it, but unfortunately for him, as he was able to get the slays, his teammates wasn't around to put themselves inside of the hardpoint to try to rack up those points. Elevate once more on the front foot, on the gas pedal, not looking to slow down at all.
Not looking to even take a pause in this game. Elevate really just soaring through the game. Legends looked like they could handle them in the first two hills, especially when we moved on into that second hill, but things have now changed. Elevate have ramped the pacing of the game up, and now conquering this P2 from afar. Jabin trying to help out the squad with the War Machine, just staying out of sight, but that's not going to help him out at all. The War Machine barely getting him anything close. brings in the equalizer to equalize the playing field. But that is just a total denial as well as domination as the operators shine on the side of Elevate.
As they go, 165 now to 73. Legends hasn't been able to find any answer whatsoever. I want to know what kind of resolution did they got to put up as we try to listen towards their communications.
Last dyan, ba't ba?
Hardpoint contested. Capture the objective. EMP systems incoming. Be careful.
Tempest heal, Tempest heal.
Tempest, Stars.
Tempest. May glow ako ah.
Be advised. Hostile predator missile inbound. Hostile
Hello, Aurora table pa rin, Aurora table.
Thank you. Diesel na. Baka pa. Likod, Bizal.
Man, this one is looking like it cannot be saved anymore as Elevate rips through the players of Legends again. The dominance on Aurora launch. They're not even focusing on the favorable spawns here. They're just winning out a ton of those gunfights. Ginch though, third try on the death machine. Can he shine? It looks like he might just do exactly that this time round.
Oh, nicely done! Good reads! Ginch on the roll, but unfortunately, those plays being set, his teammates gets trapped in a rut right around the parameter inside of the hill. Good for the scraps. Elevate to go. Now early rotation as well here. This might just be the final stand of this takeoff hardpoint as Elevate to find himself on the front foot once again.
234, man, 15 more points to close this off. They've got the operators in play as well. Yopi as well as Kendi back to back with the War Machine and the Death Machine. But thankfully the Death Machine does not go in for the bully all that too long. But they can't find their way into the hard point. Overextension by Elevate will keep the momentum burning hot on their side as they smash down their opponents called Legends in this first game.
Yeah, just so unfortunate for the side of Legends. I mean, it was a really nice start for them, but once we saw Elevate, the Elevate that we're so known to typically see, well, they never gave any, not even the lead, they never gave the momentum right back to the side of Legends.
Yeah, man. I mean, look at the numbers here. 56 kills for PJ, and he was on a roll, on a tear. And the surprising thing is the weakest player was Klo with the least amount of eliminations in this game. But check out the amount of time the objective player had on that hill. 2 minutes, 31 seconds. He was spending way too long on these hills.
Everybody likes a team player like Halo, man. I mean, this guy's a super soaker. I mean, yes, 20 plus kills for sure. Not as shiny as, let's say, Peter dropping an immaculate 40, 50. But when it comes down to impactful frags, bro, best believe it. Most of his eliminations coming from the 2 minutes was inside of the hill time there for his eliminations.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you definitely can depend on Kalo to play his positions well. He wasn't even focusing on bullying the players on the side of Legends. That duty was given to the rest of his team members. Everybody shining. PJ especially, right? And even before the game ended, guy was already on 55 and he was not stopping, not taking a pause. The only reason why he didn't reach the 60, 70 mark is because the rest of his team members were monsters in the own accord as well. I mean, you had Candy popping off. You also had Susano, who was in his prime. Yopi. There's nobody just giving the opponents any bit of room to survive or make that counter play. 56 eliminations in total again for PJ with a 2.24 KD on this hardpoint game.
Well done, said and done here, and we're looking to be pretty sure. I don't know about you, AJ, but did you order a quick series for this one? Because I personally didn't, but PJ and the rest of the crew from Set of Elevate, I mean, they are notorious of just getting things done quickly just like that, and we had to trade towards the search and destroy. I feel like Legends, they gotta pull a lot of strings out from their shoulders and out from their sleeves if they want to put up a fight and force a game 3.
I don't know how you force a game 3 out of Elevate after that, right? I think the rotations were decent. Legends knew where they needed to go, what they needed to do, what sort of angles to play, but the gunfights were worlds apart, right? Although you do have a couple of Legends on the side of Legends, but you know, they just could not match up to the chemistry of the Red Rebellion. I think Elevate was just a cut up, in fact, a few cuts above Legends all throughout that game. I think very clearly shown through the scoreline, very clearly shown through the number of eliminations difference you see on both sides. And that obviously is going to be playing a big role in this SND matchup. The question is, how crazy can this SND get? Can Elevate corner Legends and, you know, 9-0 them, you know, for a legendary run on their own? Or are we going to see Legends put up a strong fight, stay alive, maybe even rip away the SND?
Make the most out of the search and destroy here for the set of Legends. I mean, this is quote unquote once again the worst game over here for the set of Elevate. Notoriously has been the case. And to be honest with you, and this, I know this is such a bold statement for me, but I know if there's going to be any game modes that any of these teams can really take away from the set of Elevate, is this search and destroy. So, and I think the fact that, you know, the Legends are composed with quote-unquote Legends, they have a lot of ex-pros here, and come again, you know, we had the qualifiers, it was 130 teams to drop it down to top 7, and the fact that they are at the 5th seed, or the 5th spot here on this group stage, I feel like, you know, I still have a little bit of hopes here for the set of Legends on the search and destroy.
I've got a lot of hopes. I really want them to make a stand. I want them to push us into a game number 3. Just show us some magic, show us some control. Not just control in the S&D, but control itself as well. I mean, reverse sweep the series. Take Elevate out of the equation for all I care. I want to see some magic out of Legends since this is their last run here on the GM11 stage. But of course, in terms of the maps, where do we bring this showdown into?
Ooh, we ban away Tunisia and Meltdown. Postal, baby. Okay.
It's gonna be rough, man.
Everyone has to be involved here. The snipers, the shotguns, the SMGs, the ARs. This is a very symmetrical map. It's a very classic map. You know, you like to see this every single time, especially in ranked games as well, just because of how easy it is to familiarize yourself with the terrain that this map of Coastal can offer. So I got my hopes really high now here for both Legends and Elevate. Can we see a quick one? Can we see a bounce back here for a set of Legends? Something for us to find out in just a little bit.
I really want a comeback. I want to see more smiles on the face of Jabin. And, you know, if there's any possibility to do that, it's this SND matchup, like you said. And I want to see them take it all the way through. But how can they pull this off? I mean, Van Loo definitely looking a little rusty out there. And on the opposite end, you look at Elevate. They are prime. They are in their best shape. And it's going to be a miracle if Legends manages to pull this one away.
Uh-oh, Beef Brush coming through right at your service, MJ. Can you hold your ground? The answer is no. PJ shuts him down. Now, it's going to be a quick side here for the set of Elevate. They lose one player in the process. That's going to be Kendi off the mid-map. Now it's going to be a 4v4 situation.
Can they pull this one off, though? 4v4, the numbers look good. Most needs to make the most out of this peak. Calls for backup. Van Loo's there as well. PJ, uh-oh, dangerous. Oh, my Lord, Most. What a headshot. Did not waste a lot of time in that situation at all. But Yopi, SKS in hand, finds the first one. But K-Low just went high with that momentum towards the end and Elevate. All smiles and giggles as they take the first round.
Yep, I mean, quick side, quick rush. I mean, they played the numbers as well because of the information that Kendi was able to gather on the mid-map. He sees 3 players off the cross there, so it's going to be calling for a 2-2. And they send out 4 players directly instead of the side. That's going to be Jabin playing off the crosshair from the right-hand corner. MJ with the shotgun as well. PJ gets the first shot. Jabin goes down once again. It's a free side here on Bravo for the set of Elevate.
Oh, this is not looking good at all, Van Loo. Can you continue to shine? I mean, I guess luck does not hang on for long at all. Elevate now 2-0. This is looking like a blitz play.
Yep, run it down. And this is the most crucial thing about the Coastal here is that you send your sniper down on the mid-map. He's going to looking down to be able to find this information, and now he sees that Smokes is off. They divert their attention towards the A side. It has to be a spray down for a set of games, but he gets taken down, and Van Loo's out as well. First blood's just so good for the side of Elevate.
Somebody give them a break. It's gonna be up to most now as Kalo picks up a double for himself. And Susano sorts him out.
It's not over yet.
Just like that, we are at the 3-0 mark.
So quick, man. I mean, if we thought that the ALUla and Rebels game was bound to be a speed run, take a look at this. 3-0 already. And we see a readjustment looking like it's going to be another B rush. It's Kendi finds one player off the cross. So MJ's going to be all alone here up against 3 players of Elevate. He does find a collateral because open PJ. Susano's out as well. Kalo runs away. And now it's going to be a 2v4 situation.
How did they turn this one around? There you go. Legends, I wasn't expecting after that first 3 rounds, but I guess if you continue this sort of a momentous play up against Elevate, you can catch them off guard. Even they are laughing. They're like, whoa, I can't believe we pulled that off.
MJ, bro. Solo handling the B side. Find the first shot with a collateral, followed up with another. And now the first blood from the side of Most comes through. Kendi's out. Another B rush here for the side of Elevate.
Whew. Now it's all up to Van Loo and Jabin in a 2v4. Bombs being planted. The defenders are in a little bit of trouble as Van Loo gets shut down. Oh, Jabin. Oh, my Jabin. He had the SKS and he was fighting a switchblade from 3 kilometers away. And he lost the fight.
Damn. Kalo is just locked in.
Objectives acquired.
You got Kalo on 6, got PJ on 7, and Yopi on 4 as we go. Now it's going to be a split here towards the A side. And it's going to be another quick first blood. PJ finds Van Loo away. Jabin in the process takes away Susano. Kenny finds Gench. Now going to be a plant here towards the A side.
They just slow the pace. Oh, PJ, man, you can't be hitting it like that. Jabin didn't stand a chance. I cannot believe the pacing. Elevate is insane. Elevate is crazy. I want to hear if they're even talking to each other. Is there any comms, or are they just blitzing this through and just laughing in the lobby?
Lucas, sin!
Nagbomba short, Jay. Nagbomba short, Jay.
Flash ka.
May FD ata, Jay. Push mo dyan. Pasi ako.
Dalawa short ay gago.
Pasi ako.
Dalawa short ay gago.
Bulog ako ka.
Yun lang i-short isa.
Yeah.
Kahit, tapos dalawa tayo. Baka bumaba ito sa spawn natin yeah, LA.
Sige.
Ito na, baba na nga. Baba na. Tayo isa.
Baba na.
Baba, Amos. Sa pababa.
Nasit ilong, nasit ilong.
Tapos pon nila. Pon daw nila. Unahin nyo na. Pon daw nila. Unahin nyo na. Isa lang yan. Isa lang yan.
Yes. Ganun lang. Default na lang natin i-short.
Ginamit pala.
Defend the objectives.
Man,
Lucas in.
They are busy. They are busy watching Lucas in shine. And they are watching a broadcast whilst participating in a broadcast of their own. They're not even focusing on the game, man. I do not know what to say.
Hey man, another day in the office for Set the Red Rebellion. Look at PJ Killer just running it down. Van Loo, Jabin on the mid map. PJ's gonna swing out as well with an HS. Checks up, pulls the trigger. Whips at the SKS, good for once. It sounds there for the trade.
Lost that round. It's not over yet.
I don't think they're even looking at their phones half the time. And they're still getting the dub. This must be one of the craziest
Defend the objective.
most insane runs for the squad. And they're not even breaking the squid. Legends, bring out some G-strats, man. We need to see something crazy. BJ, beautiful nade. Oh, MJ just second-guessed his movement in there. Van Loo will be able to punish, though. But Kalo is on standby for that backup. Ginch will be able to punish Kalo. But the damage has been done already. Ginch can go in there for the plant. Kendi walking straight in. Jabin! Beautiful drop shot.
The bomb has been
And
planted.
perhaps this is that round. Legends takes away from Elevate.
So done here. Yopi off at an SKS. Susano with the scopes as well. You got Ginch on the AR instead of the side. Well, Jacob's gonna be playing off the crosshair from main. Checks up, finds Asano, not a problem. H is gonna be out in his hands as well. Finds a hit marker, and Ginch gonna take up the chow. Closes it out.
There you go.
Finally, the stopper up against Elevate.
Yeah, man, if you don't punish them when they're watching another stream, you get out of here, Legends. Beautiful play, beautiful game, beautiful setup. MJ initially with the little bit of a drop in terms of momentum, but the rest of them stepped it up instantaneously there. Down the mid, double smoke, followed up by a double nade as well, sent towards the players of Elevate, but it will find nobody. And a mad rush in for A. Susano gonna get caught with his pants down. Then Wanlu shuts him down, but Yopi and Kendi with the secondary response, especially from Yopi. It's all up to Jabin, but PJ finds the backstab that leaves Most all alone up against 3 players, and Yopi says that is not gonna be a lot at all.
Ooh, last round here for them to be able to put themselves on match point. Well, Elevate. Yopi's just looking at someone else's screen. And to go. I swear, man, these guys in Elevate.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to know your own game that you're playing here, but it's just light work, Yopi. Getting the info first. Doesn't go in for the nade toss. Yeah, it's a little bit of a safety play here through the smokes. Place the grenade. Jabin hanging back. Gets stunned halfway. Susano gets caught out, but PJ for the follow-up. Finds the Punisher, and now here's that backstep play coming on through. Kalo finds MJ. The rest of the players on the side of Legend slowly trickling in one after the other, looking for that A-bomb site. But they are going to be met by King Yopi, who gets a double. Too easy for him.
How does that happen? They were separated by distance. It takes a lot to do so in an SKS. With that being said, one more round. And I can't believe this. I'm going to say this, AJ. One more round to close out the round robin stage of Garena Masters XI.
Susano's probably sitting down right in front of the screen staring at the game. Not his game. Trickling in here with 2 eliminations. A PJ, Kalo on fire, followed by Yopi. This could just be the final round as Elevate sits on match point. Kendi with a double. Kendi with a triple. Kendi with a quadruple. I don't know. Come on, Kendi. Give me more. PJ tag.
And with the ace? No, never mind.
Kendi finally shut down, but Susano wakes up for the final elimination, and Elevate brings the series and the day to an end with a easy game for themselves.
They brought the end to the group stage as well of the round robin stage here for Garena Masters XI. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, it's early to call, but that will be the end of our run here for the group stage here for the Legacy of Champions.
I don't know what to say. These guys are too damn good, bro. Just too damn clean, too damn smooth. Nothing you can do to slow them down or shut them out of the place. They were just running circles around Legends. Unfortunately, Legends tried. The Legend Jabin himself tried, but his best was not good enough. Surprisingly, Susano, the worst player out there.
Didn't have to do much, man. Come on. 15% of PJ, Kalo with 12, 11% of Yopi, 12% of Kendi. There was not any room for Susano to find some frags.
Susano's like, oi, I tried, man. they just ran straight up first. Well, Susano just left out of the fun as the rest of his team members just picked on Legends one after the other, just blitzing them in this hard point as well as in the S&D. It was a great start though from Legends on this hard point. They just couldn't take it away from the Kings.
Oh, I thought that in some way when you saw the first 2 hard points just coming through here for a set of Legends that, oh my god, they seem to be prepared and all. And they had rotations down. They knew what they had to do, but then, of course, the Elevate that we know, just laying it out. PJ standing out from the crowd, and you got Susano supplying a lot of map control right around the perimeter inside of the hill. And then, don't even get me started about the raw operator. It's just so much better for the side of Elevate at that point.
At this point, Jabin's heavy carrying the squad, and doesn't change in this game as well. tried his best, but his best just wasn't good enough because the rest of his team members were just outplayed round after round. You need more, man. You need more if you want to take on the Kings. Elevate are dominating the region for a good reason. In fact, they dominate the world if you give them the chance, and they have taken the chance many a times already.
Probably the strongest team that we have in regards to accolades, man. I mean, so much Garena Masters titles. They had the World Championship back in 2024, CDSI champions, name it, regional champions. And, well, you know, had a competition with ALUla, which, by the way, I know you've been begging for ALUla to play. This was the perfect time, but they're looking to run it back this year, and he told me specifically, you know, he wants to get the trophy back to Garena once again for the World Championship in Mexico.
I mean, don't we all want that for Garena?
Yes, sir.
But at the end of the day, it's only Elevate that can show us if or not going to be able to get it done. I mean, they've gotten close enough, and I would take it away from them. The fight is tough. 2026 wasn't an easy one, but MVP of the game, the one and only Yopi, 11 eliminations. He's gonna flex his way around with 3.67 KD.
What? Where did that come from?
From the game, from Legends. It's a gift.
Yeah, nicely done here for the captain, Yopi. Standing strong here with no disregard at all. I mean, this guy is just, ever since he I'm a bit meticulous with my stuff here when he plays. I mean, Yopi's shift from 3 fingers to 5 fingers on his HUD, and ever since that day, he became a marksman for the squad. I mean, typically in the early days, AJ would see Yopi and PJ be like those SMG shotgun duo, but Yopi, with a shift of settings, he became the marksman, and Susana took that role firmly as an SMG.
Absolutely, and at the end of the day, if you want to take on a team like Elevate, you got to bring your best. Unfortunately, for most teams, their best is just not good enough because Elevate is just that squad. They are them, and they are supreme in the world of Call of Duty Mobile at this point of time, not just in Garena, but globally. So I think many of these squads need to step it up big time, start importing players finally, because you're just not going to be able to oust them. And the series MVP is not Yopi, it's the one and only PJ. 71 eliminations, 2.22 KDA overall.
You know, the impact of Elevate is so strong to the point that I personally have been a coach myself all across the other regions, you know, from North America, Europe, and like Africa, India as well, AJ. And pretty much they always ask me, how do we play hardpoint like Elevate? Do we like stack the hill? Do we like play this and that? Like, it's always just Elevate, Elevate, Elevate. That's just the mark that Elevate has been able to put up in the competition for the side of Call of Duty Mobile. But now we get to see that it's going to be Elevate rightfully on top of the board here with 17 series points, 6 series score, 12 match win, and only a map loss.
I mean, how crazy is that? Just a single map loss all throughout their run in here. Kings for a good reason, Dominators for a good reason. It looks like another Garena Masters title is on the way. ALUla rival, they haven't shown us enough to shut down the capability of Elevate. The closest one is going to be ALUla. Let's see if or not this is the season they get it done in style.
I'm very excited for this one. I mean, you can look at the run for a set of Elevate. I mean, they were able to just put themselves as the season 5, 6, 7, 8 champions and put themselves back on the 10th as well. They did lose 9 up against SKAERI Esports, but rightfully, right here, right now, they are the squad that has the most chips and rings from the Garena Masters series.
Well, that brings us to the end of our run here for the round robin stage. Next stage is going to be the playoffs, and it's going to be back-to-back days on the 1st and 2nd of August. I am so excited. I can't wait for that day.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited as well. I mean, we'll be kicking that one off for that one, and so it's going to be a grueling one for sure. So better make sure you guys are going to be following our socials across Facebook, YouTube, alongside TikTok as well. We got 3 broadcasts happening simultaneously. The TikTok chats, man, I've been watching that, and they are pretty frisky.
They most definitely are. I mean, TikTok is wild, but you guys are super fans, right? You guys are superstars. Thank you very much, because it is you guys that make this broadcast. Thank you very much for joining us here. The next time we see you is going to be at the playoffs. But until then, Warden, Mustachio, we're signing off on behalf of broadcast as well. Y'all take care. We'll see you guys there.